1, 2, check 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2.
and a Jar and Levine.
Call 1-800-7473. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
The weather is heating up and summer is here. Stay cool with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
We love to celebrate the 4th of July with family, friends, food, and fireworks. Who doesn't? Please be safe this Independence Day weekend and don't drink and drive. From your friends at ESPN West Palm and Anna Jar and Levine, Accident Attorneys.
A resort destination beyond compare, yet conveniently close to home. The Breakers Palm Beach offers everything you desire with the service you deserve in a breathtaking oceanfront setting. Immerse yourself in unparalleled seaside glamour and enjoy all the Breakers has to offer as you create lasting memories with those who matter most. The best part, you don't have to travel far to feel worlds away. Visit thebreakers.com or call 1-800-BREAKERS today.
Don't put away your fireworks just yet. There's another national holiday, July 6th, National Fried Chicken Day, and McDonald's is celebrating with delicious $1 chicken deals all day in the app.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $889 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. Tender, juicy, and its own sauce. Would you look at that? Well, you can't see it, but trust me, it looks delicious. New McCrispy strips, now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Tight on cash, say less. McDonald's under $4 McValue menu comes through. Indulging your sweet tooth or craving something savory? Tired of the same old, same old? Pick from your favorites like a creamy vanilla cone for $1.50 or a small frappe like rich caramel or chocolatey mocha for just $3.50. Quick snack breaks to late night cravings and everything in between. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. Tender, juicy, and its own sauce. Would you look at that? Well, you can't see it, but trust me, it looks delicious. New McCrispy strips, now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $889 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. Tender, juicy, and its own sauce. Would you look at that? Well, you can't see it, but trust me, it looks delicious. New McCrispy strips, now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Tight on cash? Say less. McDonald's under $4 McValue menu comes through. Indulging your sweet tooth or craving something savory? Tired of the same old, same old? Pick from your favorites like a creamy vanilla cone for $1.50 or a small frappe like rich caramel or chocolatey mocha for just $3.50. Quick snack breaks to late night cravings and everything in between. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. Tender, juicy, and its own sauce. Would you look at that? Well, you can't see it, but trust me, it looks delicious. New McCrispy strips, now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for this special presentation of Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3.
Oh, it's a cannon shot! Go ahead and give him the goal of the week!
This is the Inter Miami pregame show, live from the ESPN West Palm studios. Here's Mike Rizzo.
I feel like I got to say welcome back. It's been a long time since I talked to you fine folks, Inter Miami fans, about that. Fine Inter Miami fans around the globe, here in South Florida. What a run it was for Inter Miami at that FIFA Club World Cup, getting into the round of 16, becoming the first MLS team to beat a UEFA European club team in an official competition. I mean, you can't ask for more if you're an Inter Miami fan. Now, 4-0 stinks. I understand that. But it turns out PSG is pretty good because PSG just beat arguably the third or fourth best team in Europe 2-0 with 9 players today. So I don't think that 4-0 loss is something, you're going to hang your hat about. Something you're going to hang your head about when it comes to, we got knocked out. It was in tremendous. No. PSG is that good. PSG is that team I feel like is probably going to not only win the FIFA Club World Cup, but still be involved in possibly winning Champions League 2 years in a row. They're that good. I mean, Dembele, Dure, they have quality all over the pitch. So let's get that out of the way. Great run by Inter Miami. I don't care that they lost 4-0 to PSG because I think PSG is just that good. Now, good news for the Herons as well, coming off of that FIFA Club World Cup, is that they got $21 million in prize earnings. $21 million. Now, $21 million in the MLS, folks, is a lot of money. And I feel like Mascherano and Beckham and company, I feel like they're going to make some moves to improve the roster as we really get into the halfway mark of the MLS season. We're almost there too, by the way. We're almost officially at the halfway mark of the MLS season. And I just can't wait to see how this team is going to respond coming off of a tremendous performance in one of the bigger competitions on the club side in the last couple of years. So kudos to Javier Mascherano. Kudos to the entire Inter Miami team, all their players, staff, ownership should hang their head high after getting to the knockout round, securing $21 million. And I guess this is my Inter Miami fandom showing. Do you think the LA Galaxy belong there now? Okay, had to get that one out of my system. Let's get to business tonight. Now, Inter Miami is going to be facing off against Montreal. Ken Levica is going to be having the call coming up at 7:30. And folks, you know how this goes. It's going to be more like 7:39 on the broadcast. But Stade Saputo tonight. Inter Miami, obviously in Montreal to do battle. Now, Inter Miami on the MLS side, 8-3-5. And we'll get into exactly how many games they got to make up from getting, or rather from being in the FIFA Club World Cup, because they're a couple of games behind these other teams. When I mean games behind, they got, games played. Everyone has 20-ish games played right now. Inter Miami, it is sitting 4 games behind that. They're sitting at 16 games. Everyone else played 20. Philadelphia, Cincinnati, Nashville, Columbus, Orlando, NYCFC. The 6 teams that are in front of Inter Miami have all played 20 games. So Inter Miami is going to be able to make some points up, make some ground up. And, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. 4 times 3 is 12. 29 plus 12 would give Inter Miami more points than Philadelphia at the top at 40. So if Inter Miami takes care of what is in front of them, they will be able to climb back up that Eastern Conference standings. Now, I think this club and this team has more aspirations than just a supporter shield. I'm not saying that the club doesn't necessarily care about the supporter shield, but they did that last year. They had 73 points on the table and won the supporter shield in tremendous fashion, most points ever in an MLS season. So I think these are all things we got to look out for. 4 games still to be played to catch up to the other teams in the MLS. Inter Miami has bigger aspirations than the supporter shield. It's the MLS Cup. I think everything is geared towards the MLS Cup right now when it comes to this team, especially with the CONCACAF Gold Cup being in the rearview mirror, the FIFA Club World Cup being in the rearview mirror. All sails ahead with the MLS Cup. They will, and I say that, League's Cup is coming up. You got great teams like Pumas and stuff in that cup. I'm not trying to, kind of knock off the League's Cup. It's still silverware, and Mascherano and this group are going to try to win these games. But I think the MLS Cup is the number one thing going on right now with this Inter Miami squad. Now, we do have starting 11s. Lionel Messi is in the lineup. I kind of speculated all week if Messi would be in the lineup. He is in the lineup, and it's a different formation. I'm honestly surprised by this formation. I'm going to trust in Javier Mascherano, but a 4-3-2-1, a 4-2-3-1. Apologies, folks. A 4-2-3-1 for Inter Miami. If we rewind to the FIFA Club World Cup, 4-4-2 is really what Javier Mascherano found the most success with. That was the formation in which Inter Miami was able to secure victory against Porto. You had 4 on the back line, 4 in the midfield, and Messi and Suarez up top. That is what it seemed to work against the European side. But now we're back in MLS play, and Mascherano is going with a 4-2-3-1. Oscar Ustari will be in goal. Your defenders, Jordi Alba, Toto Aviles, Maxi Falcone, and then Cello Weigand playing right back. Your 2 midfielders, Benjamin Kromaski and Busquets. I'm assuming Kromaski is going to be going box to box tonight. Still no Yannick Bright in this lineup, by the way, folks. Get to that in a second. But Sergio Busquets, I think, playing that deep line playmaker role. He'll be handling the central midfield pivot tonight. So I do like those 2 midfielders in there. And we'll see if Kromaski is going to be able to handle the workload tonight, which usually Yannick Bright is at, or Federico Redondo. And then playing up top, you got a centralized midfielder. I'll call him that. A centralized midfielder, number 9-ish kind of role in Talasco Segovia. Messi off the right, Tadio Allende off the left, and your lone striker up top is going to be Luis Suarez. Suarez is coming off a great FIFA Club World Cup performance, just like Lionel Messi. Found the back of the net in the competition. And as I said, full sales forward for Inter Miami as they are tracking an MLS Cup. Your reserves coming up tonight. Fafa Pico, Baltasar Rodriguez, Hector Martinez, Ryan Saylor, Leo Afonso, Alan Abando, Rocco Rios Novo going to be your backup keeper. The aforementioned Federico Redondo. I think he'll probably be one of the first players off of the bench, Federico Redondo in that midfield. And Santiago Morales. So if I had to get my crystal ball out, I think the players you're going to be seeing off the bench tonight, I'll go with Baltasar Rodriguez, Federico Redondo, and Fafa Pico. I think those are the three you're probably going to see. And Baltasar Rodriguez, the young Argentinian, which was signed over from the Racing side, has appeared in a fixture this year for Inter Miami. It was earlier on when Inter Miami faced off against, I believe, San Jose. It was San Jose or Vancouver. I'm at your mercy, folks. It was one of those late West Coast games, and his first touch was an assist. So I think a lot of people, well, at least me, when I say a lot of people, Mike Rizzo has high expectations for Baltasar Rodriguez from what I saw from him early on in his career as an Inter Miami Heron. So that is your starting lineup and your reserves for your Inter Miami Herons. Once again, Lionel Messi in the lineup. He will be playing right wing coming up tonight. Let's take our first time out of the pregame show. When we return, I'll get you Montreal's starting 11. We'll get their reserves, and we'll go around the MLS, check in on what has been going on with some other teams. I mentioned most of these MLS teams have played 20 games within their MLS schedule. We'll take a look at the Western Conference table, Eastern Conference table, and a couple of the bigger matchups happening this Memorial Day weekend. Happy July 4th, getting my holidays mixed up. This 4th of July weekend. Happy 4th of July to everybody. I hope everyone is having a great 4th, a great holiday weekend. And I do want to take this time to honor Diogo Jota. I am a big Premier League fan. I am a big Manchester United fan. And Diogo Jota was a player who was a nightmare for me at Manchester United. Completely dominated my team. Liverpool is a rival of my team. But at the same time, we're going to be honoring Diogo Jota, who lost his life. Him and his brother, Andre, lost their life in a car accident. And folks, things are bigger than football. My heart goes out to his family. My heart goes out to his loved ones, his teammates. Liverpool, all my Liverpool supporters out there. Our hearts are with you from ESPN 1063 and the Inter Miami Radio Network. And I wanted to take this time to give a little moment of silence for Diogo Jota and his brother, Andre Silva. When we return, folks, we'll get you that Montreal starting 11 on your Inter Miami Radio Network.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the Inter Miami pregame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Happy 4th of July weekend to all of you. You are listening to the Inter Miami Radio Network right here on ESPN 106.3. We have coverage. Or rather kickoff coming up at 7:30-ish. Now, I say 7:30-ish. Ken Levica and I think we have at least mastered the art of getting into these games on time and kickoff in the MLS, usually a 5 to 9 minute delay when it comes to starting. If it's a 7:30 start, usually 7:35, 7:38. So we will be playing this by air, but we will be sending you pitch side very, very soon to our good buddy Ken Levica, who is live in Montreal. Stade Saputo. Stade Saputo. Ken can tell you how wrong I am on the pronunciation when we join with him. But I mentioned this is the pregame show. We are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Folks, do you want more from your drive? Well, this is it. The all-new Audi Q5. With a powerful, sporty silhouette, dynamic handling, and responsive steering that makes every ride better than the last. An all-new interior with a digital stage with you in mind. Introducing the all-new Audi Q5, Audi's best made better. Test drive the all-new 2025 Audi Q5 at your local South Florida Audi dealer or visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. That is AudiUSA.com to learn more. Well, I mentioned we're going to be sending a pitch side to Ken Levica at the Stade Saputo here in just a moment. I did want to give you your starting 11, though, coming up for Montreal. Before I do that, I want to give you a couple of players to look out for Montreal. Now, this is a side that Inter Miami has seen earlier in the year. Inter Miami has already gotten all 3 points from their first fixture against Montreal in Fort Lauderdale. This is the second leg. And a guy you need to look out for is Prince Owusu. He's got 7 goals in the MLS this year. And then Giacomo Verani. He's got 3. So those are your top scorers from Montreal coming tonight. A mixture of a couple of guys on the assist stat sheet. Luca Petrasso and then also Prince Owusu. Both of them have 2 assists. So it seems like a lot of Montreal's offense goes through Prince Osi Owusu. who's going to be a big vocal point, I think, defensively for Javier Mascherano and the Inter Miami Herons. Montreal has been struggling on the year, a bit of a rebuild year for Montreal. They got 3 wins, 12 losses, and 5 draws, comparatively to our Inter Miami Herons, who have 8 wins, 3 losses, and 5 draws. Now, you're starting, or rather the starting 11 for Montreal coming tonight. I mentioned the aforementioned Prince Owusu. He is going to be starting up top as striker, but a 4-3-3, a traditional 4-3-3 coming up for Montreal. Jonathan Sirois will be the goalkeeper. Fernando Alvarez, Brendan Craig, Luca Petrasso, and Dawid Bagaj. Those are your back 4 and 4 defenders for Montreal. Moving on to the midfield. You got Samuel Piatti. He is going to be captain tonight. Victor Loturi. He's going to be playing central midfielder as well. And then your attacking midfielder for Montreal, Caden Clark. So those are the 3 midfielders in the 4-3-3. Moving on to the left wing, right wing, and striker. Playing left wing is Tom Pierce. Right wing, Dante Seedley. And then add the aforementioned Prince Owusu, who is the leader in goals in the MLS for Montreal and also tied for assists. He's got 9 total goal and assists contributions. So as I mentioned already, a lot of the offense goes through Owusu, and I think Javier Mascherano and company are going to be zeroing in on him. Before we do send it pitch side to Ken Levica, let's get those starting 11s again for the Inter Miami Herons. What's Oscar Ustari? Oscar Ustari, who had a fantastic, I feel like we barely touched the surface on how good of a FIFA Club World Cup Oscar Ustari had. He won man of the match against Al Ali, had an incredible penalty save, but Ustari will be between the sticks tonight at goalkeeper. Toto Aviles, Jordi Alba, Maxi Falcone, Cello Weigant. Those are your defenders. Sergio Busquets, Talasco Segovia, your midfielders. And then your attackers, Lionel Messi, Tadio Allende, Benjamin Kromaski, and Luis Suarez. And actually, Talasco Segovia are going to be playing the attacking midfielder, and Benjamin Kromaski going to be more of a defensive mid. So a 4-2-3-1. The 4 guys on the back again, Aviles, Alba, Falcone, Weigant. Your 2 defensive midfielders, we're calling them tonight, Benjamin Kromaski, Sergio Busquets. And then your attacking midfielders, Segovia, Messi, and Allende. Allende off the left, Messi off the right, Segovia centralized. And then your lone striker up top is Luis Suarez. All right, we're going to send you pitch side to Ken Levica, who's going to be on the call for the match tonight. Our Inter Miami Herons at Montreal, Stade Saputo. We're sending it to Ken next on your Inter Miami Radio Network.
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all-new Audi Q5. With a powerful, sporty silhouette, dynamic handling, and responsive steering that makes every ride better than the last. An all-new interior with a digital stage built with you in mind. Introducing the all-new Audi Q5. Our best made better.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. But the truth is, they couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to deliver brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. Now, their dedicated financial teams are ready to do the boring work to help you unlock your own brilliance. Let's see what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. Tender, juicy, and its own sauce. Would you look at that? Well, you can't see it, but trust me, it looks delicious. New McCrispy strips, now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Tight on cash? Say less. McDonald's under $4 McValue menu comes through. Indulging your sweet tooth or craving something savory? Tired of the same old, same old? Pick from your favorites like a creamy vanilla cone for $1.50 or a small frappe like rich caramel or chocolatey mocha for just $3.50. Quick snack breaks to late night cravings and everything in between. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. Tender, juicy, and its own sauce. Would you look at that? Well, you can't see it, but trust me, it looks delicious. New McCrispy strips, now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for this special presentation of Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. Now let's get to the pitch.
Oh, it's a cannon shot. Go ahead and give him the goal of the week.
Here's Ken LaVicka.
Back from an ultra-successful FIFA Club World Cup appearance, a round of 16 showing, and back in the MLS play. Inter Miami with Lionel Messi once again in the starting 11, paying a visit to CF Montreal. And we welcome you to the great nation of Canada here on America's Independence Day weekend. It is Inter Miami and CF Montreal on a very special Saturday evening. Good evening to all of you listening to Inter Miami football on the flagship ESPN 106.3, as well as the Deportes Radio FC app, and also on YouTube. Inter Miami in its pink uniforms, head to toe, the shirt, the shorts, the kit as a whole. CF Montreal wearing its home blues with the black shorts, white lettering, numbering, and trim. It is a beautiful evening north of the border. 75 degrees in Quebec. Winds out of the south-southwest. Light cloud cover. There is the whistle from the referee, Marcos de Oliveira, and we are underway. Inter Miami for the first time in over a month playing in Major League Soccer. Inter Miami comes into this match against Montreal at 8 victories, 3 defeats, 5 draws on the year, 29 points in the table, 7th in the Eastern Conference, but 4 matches in hand of Philadelphia Union, who currently sits top of table in the East, 40 points. But if Inter Miami were to get victories from all 4 of those matches in hand, they would sit not only tops in the East, but also number 1 in the Supporters' Shield standings. There is still plenty of football to sort that out. As for Montreal, they, much like the last time these two sides faced off against one another, May 28th, as Ustari has to duck in and catch a low cross to the left of his 6-yard box. After Montreal asked some questions, and that's the first action of this evening, a minute in. CF Montreal again, as they were in the table back on May 28th when they paid a visit to Fort Lauderdale, a 4-2 Inter Miami victory thanks to braces from Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez. It is basement in the East, 15th in the East, but starting to show some life. 3 victories, 12 defeats, 5 draws, 14 points in the Eastern Conference, but coming off of a victory at home right here at Stade Saputo in Montreal, a 1-0 triumph over NYCFC. Again, the referee, Marcos de Oliveira. Inter Miami attacking right to left here in this opening 45 after achieving success in the FIFA Club World Cup. Bad giveaway and a goal for Montreal. It was a horrific play in the back and able to collect in the middle of the box and finish with a left foot is Prince Owusu. His 8th goal of the season, and disaster at the onset for Inter Miami. 1-0 Montreal. Oh, that was a mess as Inter Miami was trying to play out of the back, and it was placed on a platter for Owusu. And it was Lionel Messi making the fatal error, trying to play it into the box, and ended up splitting Maxi Falcone and Sergio Busquets, as well as Tomas Aviles. And all that Owusu had to do, completely standing by himself, middle of the box, was slotted by Ustari into the middle of the net with a left foot. It went through Ustari's 5-hole, it appears. And it's 1-0, Montreal just 2 minutes in. Well, Messi's the one who played it back, but it was Aviles who simply just watched it roll right by him and right onto Owusu. Unfortunately for Messi, that is going to be all over the highlight reels tonight internationally. And now another giveaway in the defensive half of Inter Miami, and Montreal has it in their right attacking half. Oh, goodness. So Inter Miami going to have to play from behind against the second worst team in Major League Soccer, CF Montreal. Inter Miami this season, 3 victories, 1 defeat, 3 draws away from Fort Lauderdale. They have 14 goals away from home. They have conceded now 13 times. And for Inter Miami, in the last 15 matches, 38 goals conceded. And now here comes Montreal as they try to pass left defensive half into the right attacking third. It was intercepted by Inter Miami, but won right back by Montreal. Segovia backtracking, able to gain possession back for pink-clad Inter Miami, who are looking for some semblance of calm here after an extremely ragged start. Prince Owusu off a ghastly turnover in the defensive third by Lionel Messi, and a collection of Maxi Falcone and Tomas Aviles. Owusu with the finish to make it 1-0 Montreal. We have 4.5 minutes on the first half clock. Inter Miami on the ball in the left attacking half. Suarez, his first touch along the near left touchline. Winning a duel in the midfield is Montreal. Latour sends it to the near right touchline. In the right attacking third on to Sealy. Now Latour into the middle and about 35 yards from goal. Here is Montreal outside left channel. Charging forward. Brandon Craig. His cross blocked across the touchline, out of play. And the far corner. It was Allende who got a leg on it for Inter Miami, and Montreal with the throw in. 1-0 Inter Miami. Prince Owusu, who was a non-factor against Inter Miami in late May at Chase Stadium. He has the opening goal, and it came 2 minutes in. Inter Miami concedes another throw-in, but this one will be about 30 yards away from Oscar Ustari's goal, far left touchline. It'll be Petrasso, the 25-year-old left back, to send the throw-in into the far left corner for Owusu, who turns and blasts it off of Vilas. This is going to be a deep corner far side throw-in for CF Montreal. Interim manager Marco Donadel. This is his second stint on staff for CF Montreal in his career. He replaced Laurent Courtois back in March after a horrendous start to the year for Montreal. They played their first 7 matches away from Stade Saputo. And now here is a turnover from Montreal. Inter Miami in its right defensive half. far touchline, and a throw-in for Montreal as Messi was trying to push forward. Had it poked away across the far touchline. Javier Mascherano looks on in a very concerned manner. His team overachieved. Any pundit will tell you so. The first MLS side, Inter Miami, to ever gain a result, to ever grab a win, to ever advance in the FIFA Club World Cup, and the first ever CONCACAF club to beat a European club in sanctioned FIFA play. Only to come back to MLS play and go down 2-0 to one of the basement dwellers in MLS. A near horrible giveaway of their own for Montreal as it was played back onto the keeper, Sirwa. Suarez was lurking, nearly got on the end of it near the top of the box. He would have had an easy 1v1 against the keeper, but Sirwa was able to desperately play a ball across the end line. Now Inter Miami in the left attacking third. Segovia tried a 1-2 with Alba coming up the left flank. Bit too much on it from Segovia. Rolls across the end line to the left of Sirwa's goal, and it will be a CF Montreal goal kick. Jonathan Sirwa, 24-year-old goalkeeper for Montreal. He's a homegrown product. 63 saves on the season, 1.61 goals against average. He has been under siege much of the season. 36 goals conceded by Montreal. That is the 6th worst mark in Major League Soccer. Going up against an Inter Miami side, even 4 matches in hand, 36 goals, tied for 5th in the league. We are into the 8th minute. Montreal 1, Inter Miami 0. Montreal 6-4-1 all time against Inter Miami. Inter Miami, that win that we have referenced repeatedly, May 28th, 4-2. 2 goals for Messi, 2 goals for Suarez. 3 points in the table for Inter Miami. That then set the scene for the 5-1 thrashing Inter Miami delivered to Columbus Crew. A message sender, a signature triumph leading into the FIFA Club World Cup. Mustari had it played back to him by Aviles, and he'll blast it into the left attacking half, and Allende able to win it outside right channel nearing the attacking third. A back heel attempt onto Busquets. That was blocked away by Montreal. It is parried all the way back into the Inter Miami defensive half, right side of this natural surface here in Quebec. And Inter Miami resets. Busquets lobs the ball up over the top. A really poor touch by Allende in the midfield. And now a collision in the Inter Miami attacking midfield as Weigott ran into a Montreal player, and Weigott is writhing in pain, grabbing at his left ankle. There are 2 players down on the pitch, one for Inter Miami, that's Weigott, and an injured Montreal player as well. That's Samuel Piette, who is wearing the captain's armband tonight for Montreal. They collided. Both now are up, it appears, and okay. Segovia grabs a little bit of water in front of his touchline, goes to speak with his manager, Javier Mascherano, on the Inter Miami side. Prince Owusu, the early goal, 2 minutes in, 1-0. CF Montreal, after a mess in the back, all involving Messi, Falcone, and Aviles. Montreal trying to play it out of the back. A little bit clunky as Piette, a heavy touch, but it was able to find the feet of Fernando Alvarez along the back line before Inter Miami could close on it. But Inter Miami is just inside its defensive half, right side of the field, going to earn a throw-in, far touch line. It'll be sent back onto Ustari, the 39-year-old wonderkind at the FIFA Club World Cup. He was magnificent, the newly extended Ustari at Inter Miami. Now here is Suarez, nearly had a ball get behind the defense on a delivery from Allende, but at the last moment, desperate defending from Montreal's Alvarez, and Montreal long ball over the top, left defensive half into the right attacking half, and Inter Miami able to win it back easily with Maxi Falcone. But Ustari, 69 goal opportunities prevented at the FIFA Club World Cup. And again, this is a man who is playing in the same tournament with some of the most world-class goalkeepers in the sport. Allende off of a header from Weigott Plays it through right of the box. Wagon on the end of it. A low cross, and it's delivered out of play across the end line. Sliding to make contact was Tom Pierce, but it'll be the first set piece of the evening for Inter Miami. It's a corner presented by Ladle Rider, Smith, Ivy, and Braunrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. This will come far side to near side. Left attacking third. Messi, left-footed in-swinger on the way with this corner. 1-0 Montreal, 12th minute. First opportunity for Miami. There's not a lot of run-up space here at Stade Saputo here in Montreal. So Messi's going to have to put a lot into it, a bit flat-footed on that far side as everybody sorts themselves out in the area. On the near post, it's Busquets. Messi, the delivery. It forces a punch from the keeper. Sirwa went for the Olympico, did Messi. Could not find the back of the net. Sirwa was a bit surprised it came his way. Inter Miami, after a brief clearance, back on the ball about 30 yards away. Left attacking half. Inside right channel, Busquets. One touches it on to Messi. Tried to play to the top of the box. Penalty D. Wanted Allende. That was knocked away by Montreal, but Inter Miami right back on it. Alba floats into the penalty arc. Nothing doing. And then a foul against Montreal as Segovia was knocked to the turf. Make that Busquets on the right wing about 30 yards away. Busquets clutching at that right foot. He played every single solitary second, did 34-year-old Busquets at the FIFA Club World Cup. Luis Suarez looks on, his right hand wrapped in the pink bandage he typically sports. And it'll be Messi with a free kick from distance. Rolls it into the middle channel. Kromoski now to the outside left. Alba wanted to feed Busquets, not enough on it. Busquets had to slide to make contact, and he ends up escorting the ball across the left end line for a Montreal goal kick. That was not great link up there between the two longtime teammates going back to Barcelona, Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets. Ken Levicka here with you, Stade Saputo in Montreal, 1-0. Montreal on top of Inter Miami, an unlikely scoreline and an unlikely mistake from an unlikely man, Lionel Messi, leading to the Prince Owusu finish in his own area. One of the easiest goals he'll ever score. Prince Owusu, leading goalman for Montreal, simply had the ball played right to him at the top of the box, and he beat Ostari with a left foot. Since then, it's been primarily Inter Miami in possession, but now can they find a way, run of play, to ding what's turned into a fairly stubborn Montreal defense, at least over the last couple of weeks. Improved play after struggling a vast majority of the season. Here is Messi in the defensive midfield. Into the midfield circle he comes. Wanted to link up with Suarez. Couldn't get there. Busquets, though, wins the ball in the midfield. And he'll punch it forward to Alba. Alba behind everybody. Into the box. Left foot off the post. Far side. Loose ball. Messi, top of the area. Right foot shot. That took it off. Flexion, and Serwa falls on it. Oh, a beautiful attempt from left to the penalty spot. Jordi Alba tried to slot it past Sirwa. He had him beat, but it goes off the far post. And then as the ball precariously bounced, unimpeded to the top of the area, a Messi right-footed attempt hit a foot, and Sirwa scrambles to end the threat. But there's the first life tonight for Inter Miami on the attack, and it comes courtesy of Jordi Alba off of a beautiful pass from Sergio Busquets. Inter Miami back on it. Here's Segovia. Left attacking third on the near touchline. Right to left comes the Inter Miami attack. Now Alba attacking midfield. Going to push it into the defensive half. Falcone's going to retrieve. And he'll slide it on to Ustari, who stands right at the border of the top of his area. 15:45, 15:46 on this first half clock here in Montreal. Messi did play in Montreal last year. A 3-2 Inter Miami victory. Messi, though, did not score in that one. Montreal in March of last year came to Fort Lauderdale, beat Inter Miami 3-2. Owusu had the ball taken away by Kromoski just outside of Oscar Ustari's goal. But Montreal able to win the ball back with Inter Miami trying to push in the midfield circle, and Montreal simply going to roll the ball back to the keeper, Jonathan Sirois, and he safely distributes into the middle for the captain, Samuel Piet. CF Montreal, compared to the last time they played Inter Miami in late May, 5 changes to the starting 11. Here's a giveaway. Here's Messi charging forward in traffic to the penalty D. Left-footed shot blocked back. Getting a foot on it was Caden Clark. He was the last line of defense. Messi could not quite get by him. But now Inter Miami's finding its chances. But here in transition is Montreal. Up the left channel, right foot, right into Ustari, just outside the box. An attempt from Tom Pierce, but Ustari had come off his line, cut off the angle well, and took it right in the gut. But that was a little bit dicey. Inter Miami got hit on the counter after Messi on the other end off a turnover nearly had a glorious opportunity. If you're just joining us, Inter Miami, a defensive mishap. Messi with the giveaway deep in his own end, right on to Prince Owusu, the Montreal striker, to make it 1-0 in the second minute. Jordi Alba just a couple of moments ago put one off the post on the counter. Oh, some nifty dribbling from the right channel, weaving through 3, 4, 5 defenders was Dante Seeley, and then a weak dribble of a left footer from the top of the area. Ustari the easy save, but Seeley, the entire build-up to that was world-class up until the time to finish. This has not been the same type of desperate defending we saw from Inter Miami in the FIFA Club World Cup that was really effective. This has been a bit porous and soft so far from Javier Mascherano's side. 19th minute, 1-0, Montreal on top. Alba forces a turnover, left of the box, left attacking half. Here's Suarez, and then the flag is up offside. Suarez was off as Alba won the ball back. Man, Dante Seeley made Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets look silly just moments ago as he made his way all the way to the top of the box in the right attacking third for CF Montreal, but his shot was just not there. He had run out of gas by that point. Inter Miami still feeling the effects of muscle injury after muscle injury after muscle injury. An adductor issue for Ian Frey, suffered in the FIFA Club World Cup victory over Porto. He is not available. Yannick Bright, who was hurt at Philadelphia in that 3-3 thriller a little over a month ago at this juncture. He is still not back, though it's close. Noah Allen, who had to leave the 4-0 defeat to PSG, he is not playing tonight. And still no Gonzalo Lujan, who was injured last time these two teams met in Fort Lauderdale. Segovia loses the ball in the right attacking third. Owusu on the turn, tried to play it through. It's still loose right side of the box after he couldn't make the proper pass. And finally, Inter Miami back on it. And here is Messi off a good ball from the near side. Messi has a 4-on-3 up the middle channel to the right of the box. Allende and his right foot shot. Sirois able to slide and block it out of play across the end line. Allende 1v1 and Sirois won the battle, and he'll settle for conceding a corner. Phenomenal goalkeeping from Jonathan Sirois, who's been extremely busy. Good run by Allende, but took him too long to pull the trigger, and by that time, Sirois closed the gap right side of the box. Inter Miami corner presented by Lotto Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. 1-0 Montreal, 21st minute. Messi, corner, far post, and he misses everything, and it sails out of play. He had Suarez on the far post, but that was well off the mark. Messi made international headlines with his stunning free kick goal, the 70th of his career, in the victory over Porto in the second half, the eventual game winner. Here is a long ball into the midfield for Montreal. Owusu has it. Owusu 1-on-3. Got to run Kromoski, nifty footwork. Now lays it back for Latourie. Victor Latourie making his 14th start of the season in the midfield. 24 years old for Montreal. Finally, Inter Miami able to get the shape of its defense back, and Montreal maneuvers its way back into the right attacking half near touchline. Piet, captain's armband on his left arm. Back to the touchline near side. Sealy into the middle of Owusu. Turns and could not find a teammate. Outstretched left leg, Caden Clark had it roll by him, and it'll trickle harmlessly into the Inter Miami box, and the men in pink retrieve. It'll be played back onto yellow-clad goalkeeper Oscar Ustari. Blue everywhere you look here at Stade Saputo, built in 2008, renovated 2012 as CF Montreal made the move from NASL to MLS. Wagon was able to briefly break up a ball left side, but Montreal wins it right back, and then an errant cross from the outside left channel to nobody in particular. Sails well wide of Oscar Ustari's goal, and across the right end line it sails, and it'll be an Inter Miami goal kick. Stade Saputo is named after Joe Saputo. He is the principal owner, the CEO of CF Montreal, and part of the famous Saputo family, the dairy business in Canada and especially in Quebec, based out of Quebec, that is so familiar to those in these parts, a generational family business. And yes, a dairy business, but known for their pasta sauce, maybe more than anything. Figure that's some useless info you'd like to know. Here's Inter Miami, left attacking third. Oh, good turn. Allende in traffic. Sprays it to the outside. Right of the box, Krolaski. Sends it further to the right along the border, Suarez. Now, Messi able to cut back. Wanted to send it past top of the area. Couldn't find Segovia. One back by Biscuit. Slides it back to Messi in the box. Messi dribbled through two defenders. No, under Kamaski. His shot blocked away from the mouth of goal. And it's finally cleared out by Montreal. And Owusu deep into the midfield he comes, and now he is racing forward. Left channel, right attacking half. Owusu against Falcone. Owusu step over. A second strong touch. Still on the balls, Owusu punches it into the box, and that's cleared away by Alba. But man, Inter Miami has had its opportunities. Montreal could not get out on the counter, but they do set up the offense, going near side to far side in the right attacking half. They certainly look like tonight they are much more settled than they were first time around against Inter Miami. Petrasso to the far touchline in the right attacking half, and now close quarters possessing here for Montreal with some patience. Likes to take 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. This is Inter Miami football.
7473. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Stade Saputo 1-0. Montreal on top of Inter Miami, 25th minute. I'm Ken LaVicka alongside our on-site engineer, the OG, Oscar Gonzalez. Mike Rizzo back in the network studios in West Palm Beach. This has not exactly been the return to MLS play that Inter Miami was looking for. Luis Suarez nearly collected a steal in the midfield that would have gotten Inter Miami out on the counter. He's called for a foul as Latourie flopped to the ground and got the whistle from the official. It sent Suarez into a rage. A quick restart here for Montreal, and it's Petrasso in the left defensive midfield, far side for Montreal, leading the charge. Now Owusu between two defenders and a third. Owusu, the Montreal goal scorer, dispossessed finally by Suarez as he stuck his right foot in there. And now Wagon into the midfield, Messi. Messi flanked by three defenders, played it back, Busquets punched it into the air for Segovia. He's to the left of the midfield circle, and he's going to defer back into the right defensive half for pink-clad Inter Miami and Maxi Falcone. Falcone was a brick wall for the most part in the FIFA Club World Cup, and it's starting to feel like as he goes, the entire back line goes. Kramaski, far right touchline, left attacking half Inter Miami, still about 33 yards away. Gives it off to Allende, and now Allende is going to meander towards the midfield. Gives it to Falcone, who comes up briefly across the midfield stripe to feed Alba. High press here for Montreal, trying to pressure Inter Miami. No mistake. That's what led to our only goal of this match, courtesy of Prince Owusu in the second minute. Defensive pressure from Montreal, and Inter Miami served it up on a platter to Owusu to easily beat Ustari. Messi, good one touch to Wagon in the midfield circle. Now Suarez, good ball forward, Segovia. Can he get on the end of it? No, but Sirwa clunkily gave it away, but he's able to slide it away from the top of the box with Inter Miami players charging at him. It was effective enough, but nearly calamitous for Jonathan Sirwa. But nobody for Inter Miami could get a good touch on a ball that Sirwa made a mess of. He came up to play it at the border of the top of the box. The man Suarez has been extremely active here tonight for Inter Miami. More feeding the ball, delivering than actually being a threat to score. But still, it's Inter Miami on the wrong side of 1-0 on the scoreline. 28th minute. Feels like we've played 45 minutes already. There has been a ton of action here in this opening half. We haven't even reached a half an hour. Here's Inter Miami in the right defensive midfield. Benjamin Kramaski into the midfield circle. Sheds a defender with a little bit of physical play. Now Busquets wanted to play it forward, went off of the backside of Kramaski. Still found its way to Allende, but a poor pass Allende. And now here comes Montreal. Good layoff, one touch Owusu. Able to get to it is Sealy in the right attacking half. Right channel, but he was about 40 yards out. And by that time, Inter Miami had sent its reinforcements back, and Montreal had to settle the ball and try and patiently set up the possession. Montreal minus 18 in goal differential. It was minus 19 coming into tonight's match. 28th in Major League Soccer. By the way, this is very random, but Montreal has only taken one penalty this season. Inter Miami has yet to, in match number 17, with names like Messi and Suarez and Alba and Busquets, has failed to earn a penalty all season long. The only side in MLS not to have attempted a penalty here in 2025. Inter Miami also hasn't conceded a penalty this season as well. Inter Miami, left attacking third, far touchline. Allende, good ball inside the right border of the box. Wagon plays it back onto Allende. Good cross to the middle. It hits Suarez in the feet. It had played right back onto him by a Montreal defender, but he could not get a handle of it to unleash his shot, and Montreal blasts it away. I'm telling you, though, Montreal is going to gift wrap something for Miami here at some point. On the turn, Messi, 25 yards out to the top of the box. Suarez, tried a nifty side swipe feed to Messi. Couldn't quite connect, but Allende able to retrieve right of the box. Left attacking third. He's going to roll one back into the attacking midfield, and now Busquets for Inter Miami. Into the middle channel, Kramaski, 35 yards away. Alba inside left channel. Now Segovia into the middle, takes a left-footed delivery. A one-touch from Suarez back to Segovia. Now into the midfield circle for Busquets. He evades a pesky defender. That is Caden Clark. And now surveying is Busquets. Not a lot of pressure on him, and he'll come forward. Gives it off to Suarez. Makes the turn 30 yards away. Middle channel had a pass blocked down by Piet. Now Owusu pushed in the back by Maxi Falcone in the Inter Miami attacking half, and Montreal is going to have a free kick. A really good cross from Allende fell right to the feet of Suarez just a couple of moments ago, and then it was played right back to Suarez, and he couldn't handle that. Didn't look like he was ready for either instance in which the ball fell right to his feet. And we have reached the half an hour mark here in Quebec. 1-0 Montreal over Inter Miami. But it has not been for a shortage of chances for the visiting side from South Florida. But the 15th place team, last place in the Eastern Conference, Montreal has the lead over Lionel Messi and company. Luis Suarez went down in a heap as he tried to come up to make a play on a ball, but did not earn the whistle from the referee. Instead, Sirois, the goalkeeper for Montreal, is simply going to distribute from inside his own area. Suarez not happy that there was no whistle for getting kicked in the back of the heel. Sirois, with Messi bothering him, scoops it up and now rolls the ball in the Montreal left defensive third, far side. 32nd minute. Prince Owusu, his second minute goal off of a nightmare Inter Miami turnover. That is where we sit on the scoreline, 1-0 Montreal. Lack of communication for Montreal, lack of execution in their attacking half in Inter Miami in their right defensive portion with the throw-in. How about this midfield battle? Samuel Piette with the captain's armband for Montreal, 31 touches so far. Busquets, the architect in the middle for Inter Miami, just 2 shy of that, 29. Busy night for both of those two outstanding midfielders. Inter Miami in the midfield. Suarez able to win a duel. And now has Messi in the midfield circle. Messi, good ball, Alba into the middle. Overlapping run, Messi easily dispossessed. It's Sealy who came up to make the play. But Way got a strong tackle from behind before Montreal, who had designs of getting out on the counter, could make any sort of magic happen. Now back in the left defensive half, Inter Miami. Busquets to the right channel, Messi. Now outside the right side of the box, Allende. Left foot blast to Tadeo Allende. What a finish. What power from Allende. Said, I'm going to do it myself. And Sirois didn't stand a chance. An absolute lead foot to Tadeo Allende. It's 1-1. Inter Miami draws level in the 33rd minute. That is the 5th goal in 6 MLS matches for Tadeo Allende. That certainly looked like something out of nothing. Allende took 2 touches and to the right of the penalty arc just decided to unleash fury. If you have seen Tadeo Allende going back to the match at San Jose where he had a brace, the goal against Philadelphia, the goal against Columbus, the goal in the FIFA Club World Cup, you can tell how much more comfortable he has become in this system. He knows his purpose and he knows where he needs to be. And Tadeo Allende showing off a left foot full of explosives on this Independence Day weekend. 1-1 Inter Miami and CF Montreal. There's the equalizer. Inter Miami had spent about 25 minutes seeking, poking and prodding, and finally succeeding. Montreal in the defensive midfield as we return to action. Minute number 35. Here's Sealy near touchline, just inside the right attacking half. Sends it back to Montreal's defensive portion. Piette charges, angling left into the midfield circle. Short range pass Latourie, and now right up the middle. Here comes Montreal trying to charge through. Good defense, Maxi Falcone and Tomas Aviles, as they were able to finally catch up to David Bugai, but then Inter Miami gives it away again. Owusu, right channel. A bit of a 1-2. Now a return pass to Sealy, right of the area. He's shouldered down by Aviles. Good, strong play. And then a foul is called on Sealy as he tackled Jordi Alba out of frustration. That is good, strong, physical defense by Tomas Aviles, who knew he had the angle on Sealy right of the area. Put his shoulder into him because he had advantage on the ball. The referee not fooled by Sealy throwing himself to the turf, but that's better from Aviles, who is certainly hit and miss at times in those situations. Is he going to throw an arm out? Is he going to throw a leg out? Well, he did neither. He played good, solid defense and won the ball back for his side after the subsequent Sealy foul. That's well done by the 21-year-old coming off of an own goal against PSG to close out the FIFA Club World Cup appearance for Inter Miami. Lionel Messi was tackled and they don't call a foul 30 yards from goal. Messi was bodied to the turf by Fernando Alvarez. And you mean to tell me in front of the referee and against a last place side, Messi, the greatest player ever, doesn't get the benefit of the doubt against a seldom used 21-year-old right center back? Come on. And now Montreal in the midfield with Owusu. Montreal, blue tops, black shorts. Seeley. Good ball forward. Right attacking third. Inside the box. Step over. Onto his left foot. Feed it to the top. Seeley. And he skied a ball with a left foot. Just inside the top of the box on a perfect delivery from Caden Clark, who did a lot of exceptional work to put himself in a position to drop off a dime to Seeley. And Seeley couldn't handle the pressure. And he sent the ball straight on against Ustari. 7 rows into the seats over the crossbar. But Inter Miami, after collecting the equalizer thanks to Adeo Allende, going to have to settle down now defensively. Inter Miami now trying to rush into the left attacking third, and Messi is taken down from behind, 25 yards away, just offset to the right of the penalty arc. And guess what? A Lionel Messi free kick on the way, right where he likes it, right within his scoring zone. And a chance to give Inter Miami the lead in the later stages of the opening half. And it's Fernando Alvarez who got away with one last sequence, called for the foul this time as he leaned into Messi, who was coming forward. He had some support on the flanks. And now Lionel Messi, who has 10 goals on the MLS season, he stands over a free kick. This will be from just inside 25 yards. Maybe a bit longer. We'll call it 27 yards. This is right on the edge of Messi's range. We will say middle channel. This will be a direct free kick straight on for Lionel Messi. In this 1-1 match, 39th minute, we have just entered here in Montreal. Messi, who has Suarez to his left, looks on and adjusts the captain's armband on his left bicep. The referee blows the whistle. There is some maneuvering inside the box. Messi approaches left foot, floated it well over the bar, trying to go upper right, and instead it hit the seats. That was maybe a bit of an ambitious distance there for Lionel Messi, trying to finesse it instead of putting power into it. 1-1 it remains, Inter Miami and CF Montreal. 38-45, 38-46, 38-47 on the clock. And at this juncture, can't imagine that Marcos de Oliveira, our referee, who has done a really good job so far tonight and has largely stayed out of the way, has much stoppage time that has accrued on his watch. Inter Miami flying to the ball in their attacking midfield, left side of the pitch. Here's Segovia in the middle. Gave it off short range Suarez. He'll roll it in the midfield circle for Alba. And he sidewinds the ball to Allende, who chests it down far right touchline. Inter Miami in no hurry as they continue to possess in the midfield. Left attacking half, Allende. Angling left. He has the goal for Inter Miami. 1-1 scoreline. And Inter Miami trying to win the ball back in their defensive half, but Laturi stayed strong for Montreal. And now here comes the side from Quebec, who promptly give it away without much resistance. Marcelo Wagon able to track down a loose ball that was just trickling towards Inter Miami's box. Long ball from the defensive half. Great header, Suarez onto Messi. Couldn't handle for a moment. Now he has it. Right side of the box. Lionel Messi. Messi to the inside. Messi! Left foot finish right of the penalty area. Lionel Messi able to dribble through 3 defenders. Found just a little bit of room. That's all he needed. And a world-class finish, a sure finish. He's not missing that. Lionel Messi puts Inter Miami on top 2-1. It's his 3rd goal against Montreal this season. Weaving and winding. And now Inter Miami winning on the scoreline. Oh, Lionel Messi. Through 3 defenders, all he needed was a little bit of pocketed grain to put his left foot into it, and he connects just inside the far post. Inter Miami has come on an absolute flurry of action since they conceded early in the 2nd minute. Allende and now Messi with the goals. 2-1, Inter Miami. And it's the first Messi goal of his career in the city of Montreal. And though they're home fans, proud natives of Quebec, they came to see that as light Messi chants ring out here at this stadium. Suarez, after a turnover, tried to play a long ball forward to Messi, who was making a vertical run. He was well marked, though, by Alvarez, and the ball didn't quite get there, but right idea from Suarez. I know there's a ton of discourse about Suarez at his age and his knees and the quality of his game, but tonight, and he has come out, and he has been unbelievably dangerous for Inter Miami. Marcelo Wagon, good defensive play as he won a ball in the far corner, but Montreal still has it in their right attacking third. Sealy, left foot outside the box, charges right side of the area, splits two defenders, and then Jordi Alba able to box him out off the ball near the 6-yard box. Good veteran defensive play by Jordi Alba, and Maxi Falcone came over to help clear it away. 2-1 Inter Miami, 43rd minute. Tadeo Allende, Lionel Messi with the goals for Inter Miami after falling behind 1-0. Palacio Segovia looking to throw in on the Inter Miami defensive half to the right of the midfield stripe. I think Jordi Alba was readjusting something. Play didn't restart, and now Alba comes up. He'll handle the throw-in duties for Inter Miami. Segovia retreats into the Inter Miami defensive half. 44th minute, 2-1. Inter Miami on top in the return to MLS play. Haven't seen Inter Miami in MLS action since the 5-1 pounding they delivered to Columbus Crew leading into the FIFA Club World Cup break. Before that, international break. Most notably, Lionel Messi going to Argentina. Kremoski dribbling deep into his defensive third, rolls it onto his 39-year-old goalkeeper, Oscar Ustari. Ustari blasts the ball to the midfield circle. Allende got a head on it, but couldn't direct it anywhere, and instead it's going to roll all the way to Jonathan Sirwa. What a busy next 5 matches it's going to be for Inter Miami after tonight at New England Revolution Wednesday in that artificial surface. And then home against Nashville, playoff side in the East. At Cincinnati, playoff side in the East. At New York Red Bulls, playoff side in the East. Home against Cincinnati, playoff side in the East. This is certainly a litmus test portion of the season for Inter Miami. Can they threaten at the Supporters' Shield? We're going to find out in the next 3 weeks. And the MLS All-Star break is upcoming. Lionel Messi voted onto the squad, obviously. Montreal wins a ball in the midfield, trying to maneuver through traffic. That's Caden Clark. Tadeo Allende able to come up and break up something developing for Montreal in the Montreal right attacking half. Rolls across the far touchline. Throw in for Montreal. Sealy. One-touch ball. And Bugai couldn't get out of the end of it because Falcone swept it away for Inter Miami. Segovia, good pass up the near touchline, left attacking half, Alba. Alba sweeps the ball into the middle, and it spent too much time hanging in the air. Wanted Messi. Montreal intercepted it, but it's played right back to Inter Miami's Falcone. Maxi Falcone playing left center back tonight for Inter Miami. Noah Allen on the shelf with the injury he suffered against Paris Saint-Germain last Sunday. Allen also was experiencing discomfort in the late stages of the 2-2 draw against Palmeiras at Hard Rock Stadium. Perhaps, don't know this for a fact, perhaps though a precursor to what happened against PSG, who, by the way, with 9 men, advanced past Bayern Munich into the semifinals of the FIFA Club World Cup today. What a team, what a side. Here's a giveaway, and now Montreal into the right attacking half. Good job, Palacio Segovia, to take the ball away from Prince Owusu and his large 6'5" frame. And we have 2 additional minutes 2 minutes of extra time presented by your South Florida Audi dealers. Test drive the new Q5 today at your local South Florida Audi dealer or visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. That is your South Florida Audi dealers. We're already a minute into the extra time. 2-1 Inter Miami on top in this first half. Can Inter Miami ding another before they head to the locker room? Messi in the midfield circle, left attacking half, got through 2 defenders. Here's Messi charging for it, but Bugai able to take the ball away off a heavy touch, but a foul is called against Montreal. We're going to have a free kick for Inter Miami, and a yellow is shown, our first card of the night, and it's directed towards Montreal. And I believe this is Fernando Alvarez, and it is, who is going to be put in the book of our referee, Marcos de Oliveira. We get the benefit of replay in our booth, and it was a grab of the hip of Alvarez, impeding the progress of Messi a good 40 yards away. That earned him the yellow. Free kick to the top of the box. Here's Suarez in the penalty yard. Back on to Messi. Messi, 25 yards away. Segovia outside the left portion of the box. And now Kromoski, middle channel. Segovia one-touches it. Far right channel, Weigott. Weigott. He had an entry feed into the area, headed away, and there is the whistle to end the first half. Inter Miami with a horrifying defensive mistake in the opening 2 minutes, leading to a Prince Owusu shocking go-ahead goal. And the last place side in the East had a 1-0 advantage over Inter Miami, but the Herons charged back. Goals from Tadeo Allende and Lionel Messi. And after 45 minutes, it's Inter Miami 2, Montreal 1. Halftime, Mike Rizzo has it for you in the network studios. After this is Inter Miami football.
McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. Tender, juicy, and its own sauce. Would you look at that? Well, you can't see it, but trust me, it looks delicious. New McCrispy strips, now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Tight on cash? Say less. McDonald's under $4 McValue menu comes through. Indulging your sweet tooth or craving something savory? Tired of the same old, same old? Pick from your favorites like a creamy vanilla cone for $1.50 or a small frappe like rich caramel or chocolatey mocha for just $3.50. Quick snack breaks to late night cravings and everything in between. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. Tender, juicy, and its own sauce. Would you look at that? Well, you can't see it, but trust me, it looks delicious. New McCrispy strips, now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or BradleyAir.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all-new Audi Q5. With a powerful, sporty silhouette, dynamic handling, and responsive steering that makes every ride better than the last. An all-new interior with a digital stage built with you in mind. Introducing the all-new Audi Q5. Our best made better.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or BradleyAir.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Great header, Suarez on a Messi. Couldn't handle for a moment. Now he has it. Right side of the box. Lionel Messi. Messi to the inside. Messi! Left foot finish right of the penalty area. Lionel Messi able to dribble through 3 defenders. Found just a little bit of room. That's all he needed. And a world-class finish, a sure finish. He's not missing that. Lionel Messi puts Inter Miami on top 2-1. It's his 3rd goal against Montreal this season. Weaving and winding. And now Inter Miami winning on the scoreline.
I'll tell you what, Lionel Messi, I'm about to, Montreal, he owns them. Right? He's got ownership in Montreal. As Ken said, there is 3rd goal against Montreal this season. Obviously, Inter Miami able to take care of business in that first fixture. And I'll tell you what, it's looking like that in fixture number 2. Our Inter Miami Herons at halftime with Montreal 2-1. We'll get to the highlights in just a second. Obviously, we'll hear from that Messi goal again. That was the goal that made things 2-1 in that first half, but I mean, absolute disaster class to start the game. Lionel Messi turned the ball over, which turned into a Prince Owusu goal on the other end. Inter Miami was playing from behind for the better half of about 15, 20 minutes in that first half. But as I said, highlights in a second. Got to quickly go through the match facts for you guys. Inter Miami winning the possession 52% to 48. The XG, if you're into that, Inter Miami has a 1.10 comparatively to Montreal's 0.65. So Inter Miami winning on the XG. Total shots, 8 for Inter Miami, 4 for Montreal. We have had 12 shots on the game so far between both teams. 2 big chances for Inter Miami, 1 big chance for Montreal. That goal by Lionel Messi came in the 40th minute. You'll hear the Tadeo Allende goal, which tied things up in the 33rd, 1-1. And as I mentioned right off the bat, Messi's turnover led to Prince Owusu's 8th goal of the year. He now has 10 goal and assist contributions for Montreal this season. So those are a bit of your match facts here at halftime. Your halftime report is powered by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Do you want more from your drive? Well, this is it. The all-new Q5 with a powerful sporty silhouette, dynamic handling, and responsive steering that makes every ride better than the last. An all-new interior with a digital stage with you in mind. Introducing the all-new Audi Q5, the best made better. You can test drive that all-new 2025 Audi Q5 at your local South Florida Audi dealer, or visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. That is AudiUSA.com to learn more. Get on out to your local South Florida Audi dealer, test drive that brand new Q5. For those of you just joining us, this is the halftime report on your Inter Miami Radio Network. We will be sending you pitch side to Ken LaVicka for the second half in just a second. We went through the match facts, heard the highlight from Lionel Messi. It is now time to go through all of the first half highlights. Let's get to that goal I keep on mentioning, the Lionel Messi turnover, which led to Prince Owusu's 8th goal of the year and his 10th goal-scoring contribution for Montreal. This made things 1-0 in the second minute.
Bad giveaway and a goal for Montreal. It was a horrific play in the back and able to collect in the middle of the box and finish with a left foot is Prince Owusu. His 8th goal of the season and disaster at the onset for Inter Miami. 1-0 Montreal. Oh, that was a mess as Inter Miami was trying to play out of the back. And it was placed on a platter for Owusu.
Now here is Jordi Alba, who hit woodwork early on in the 14th minute, almost made it 1-1.
Busquets, though, wins a ball in the midfield, and he'll punch it forward to Alba. Alba behind everybody, into the box, left foot, off the post, far side, loose ball, Messi, top of the area, right foot shot, that took it off Blackshot, and Sirwa falls on it.
So Jordi Alba almost making things 1-1, but don't fret. Tadeo Allende came up huge in the 33rd minute.
Now outside the right side of the box, Allende. Left foot blast! Tadeo Allende! What a finish! What power from Allende! Said, I'm going to do it myself. And Sirwa didn't stand a chance. An absolute lead foot Tadeo Allende. It's 1-1. Inter Miami draws level in the 33rd minute. That is the 5th goal in 6 MLS matches for Tadeo Allende.
Dare I say, signing of the year so far for the Inter Miami Herons. Tadeo Allende has been playing unbelievable in the MLS. And let's not forget, he had that goal at the FIFA Club World Cup. Our last highlight, the one we already heard, the great one. Some call him the GOAT. Lionel Messi making things 2-1.
Great header, Suarez on a Messi. Couldn't handle for a moment. Now he has it. Right side of the box. Lionel Messi. Messi to the inside. Messi! Left foot finish right of the penalty area. Lionel Messi able to dribble through 3 defenders. Found just a little bit of room. That's all he needed. And a world-class finish, a sure finish. He's not missing that. Lionel Messi puts Inter Miami on top 2-1. It's his 3rd goal against Montreal.
3rd goal against Montreal on the year. Let's see if he can make it 4. Right? And as I mentioned, that's a great Ken LaVicka on the call. It is now time to send you back to Ken LaVicka and get you back pitch side for the second half. Quickly, a reminder, couple of things. Now, there are a couple players on the bench who I think we're going to get time tonight. I think you're going to see Federico Redondo. I think you can see Baltasar Rodriguez, Fafa Pico. I expect all 3 of those guys to get in at some point. Once again, Redondo, Fafa Pico, and Baltasar Rodriguez. Rodriguez healthy for the first time, I feel like in a long time. Obviously, he was available for the FIFA Club World Cup. I feel like the lack of experience is the reason he did not play. Second half coming your way. Our Inter Miami Herons against Montreal. Ken up next.
The weather is heating up and summer is here. Stay cool with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all-new Audi Q5. With a powerful, sporty silhouette, dynamic handling, and responsive steering that makes every ride better than the last. An all-new interior with a digital stage built with you in mind. Introducing the all-new Audi Q5. Our best made better.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
It's Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the pitch. Here's Ken LaVicka.
We return to Montreal. Beautiful Montreal, Quebec, Canada. It is 2-1. Inter Miami on top of CF Montreal as we gear up to kick off the second half. At Stade Saputo, I am Ken LaVicka along with Oscar Gonzalez, on-site engineer, the OG. Great job as always. Back in the network studios in West Palm Beach, South Florida. Mike Rizzo handling those duties. Second minute, Prince Owusu for Montreal. A 1-0 lead after he used a left foot to put it past Oscar Ustari following a Lionel Messi giveaway. But Inter Miami would hit Montreal for 2 goals in the later stages of the first half. Tadeo Allende first with a blast from outside the box, and then Lionel Messi dancing and weaving through traffic into the area. And he was able to beat the goalkeeper, Jonathan Sirois, to the far post with a majestic finish. And that's where we stand now on this scoreline, 2-1. There is going to be one substitution at halftime. It is going to be Montreal making it as the veteran defender, George Campbell, is going to come on for Montreal, trying to get the final indication of who he's going to take off. But we saw Campbell warming up once the entire Montreal side came back out onto the pitch. And he has since taken off the warm-ups, and he is talking with his goalkeeper, Sirois, in the middle of the pitch, and he is ready to go. George Campbell, the 24-year-old former Atlanta United man. The reason he didn't start tonight and did not start in the victory over NYCFC, a 1-0 win for Montreal this past Saturday, he is 1 yellow away from a suspension for yellow card accumulation. And so his interim manager, Marco Donadel, trying to manage minutes to keep Campbell eligible for as long as he can. Doesn't appear as if we're going to have any Inter Miami substitutions coming out of the locker room. 2-1, Inter Miami on top of Montreal. Inter Miami looking for the season sweep of the basement dwellers in the Eastern Conference. A challenging matchup Wednesday night at Foxborough against New England Revolution. We'll have that for you, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Pregame with Mike Rizzo, and then myself and Oscar Gonzalez from New England at 7:30 Eastern time. Same time, same Inter Miami team, new location, new opponent. Javier Mascherano yells out instructions from the Inter Miami touchline, his black form-fitting t-shirt and his gray pants. Stylish as always. There is the whistle to start the second half from referee Marcos de Oliveira. And here we go in the second 45 here from Montreal. 2-1 Inter Miami. Montreal on the attack, right to left at the onset. On the near touch line, step over, Pierce, left to the area. Tried to cross it through, went off of Wagon, who blocked it, and it brushed Pierce and rolled out of play. Well done by Wagon, and it's going to be a defensive third throw in near touchline for Inter Miami. So George Campbell is indeed on, and he has the captain's armband as well for Montreal. Campbell has 1 assist on the season. He started against Inter Miami back on May 28th. Again, Campbell 1 yellow away from an accumulation suspension. And I also have to think that everybody in a pink shirt is well aware of that as well. Nothing wrong with a little targeting, trying to draw a card against an opponent. It's just the nature of the sport. Inter Miami, its first ball of possession. A minute into this second half. Here's Tomas Aviles as he floats the ball to nobody in particular in the right attacking third for Inter Miami after it was broken up. Segovia tracks it down for Inter Miami, and back into the right attacking third comes Inter Miami again. But that's short-lived as the Herons will play it back into the midfield. Kremoski to the near right touch line. Again, they couldn't keep it in play. A clunky touch from him, and it's going to be a Montreal throw-in. Absolutely gorgeous weather. Absolutely perfect weather here in Montreal. It was a kickoff temperature of 75 degrees. Winds out of the south-southwest at 8. Some light cloud cover. We've seen some sunshine. This is gorgeous, especially compared to the furnace that is South Florida. Not just the furnace that is South Florida, but also now consistent thunderstorms. It's that time of year. It's a rainy season. Despite all that, though, we are looking forward to being back home in the friendly confines of Chase Stadium next Saturday, a big one against Nashville. 2-1 Inter Miami, 48th minute. Montreal, a near touchline throw-in that was stolen by Lionel Messi in the Inter Miami left defensive half. Kremoski was pulled down, but advantage played by the referee as Kremoski is able to pop back up, and Inter Miami is on the ball. From the near side, away got the right back tonight. Now Aviles, right center back to Falcone, left center back. And is the left back Alba going to get a touch? No, we're not going to go around the horn. It's playing it back to the near side. Falcone to Aviles, and now into the right attacking half. Here's Wega near touchline, and he promptly delivers it to the defensive half. Inter Miami this season outscoring opponents 3-0 away between minutes 46 and 60. So keep that number in mind. And a giveaway in the midfield. Here's Owusu. A 1-on-3. Owusu charging forward outside the left top of the box. Owusu into the left side of the area. Falcone got in front of him, delivers it up top, and a weird little push shot from Tom Pierce. Didn't get anything on it. Just sort of half-footed it onto Ustari. It is going to be credited as a shot on target, but Ustari didn't have to work very hard on that, and a missed opportunity for Montreal, but they went it right back. Inter Miami sloppy in the midfield. Owusu outside the upper left of the box. It's played back to Owusu, and this time Ustari did have to work, leaping to make a save on a blast from the penalty D that was headed towards the lower portion of the crossbar. Inter Miami's going to have to cinch it up. This midfield play has just presented an opportunity. A beautiful back heel from Caden Clark. Owusu put a charge into it with a left foot, and Ustari makes his second save in the last 30 seconds. Inter Miami is fortunate that that ball, while Ustari had to leap, was sent right into his vicinity. Going to be an in-swinging corner near side to far side for Montreal. 50th minute, 2-1 Inter Miami. A high far post corner headed down. Aviles collects inside the 6-yard box. There was already, though, a handball called against Montreal in the area, and everybody is going to retreat, and it'll be Oscar Ustari and Inter Miami getting the ball back into play. Oscar Ustari has been, for the most part, a solid presence for Inter Miami this season. He features prominently in the ball handling duties, the build-up out of the back. And as I say that, Ustari with a right foot at the border of his 6-yard box, swipes the ball to Maxi Falcone to his left. It's played back to the near side, Tomas Aviles, and Inter Miami continues its journey out of its defensive half. Wigan pushes it forward right defensive half off of Allende's head, and he couldn't direct it anywhere. He simply delivered it to Fernando Alvarez of Montreal, the left center back tonight for the Quebec side. And Montreal back in business. Tomas Aviles bit off balance as he tried to slam a ball from the defensive half into the right Inter Miami attacking half and instead pushed the ball out of play. Shanked it a bit. Here's Montreal. Clark. Bad ball to the far side along the touchline. Seeley was making a run up that touchline. The ball was behind him, and neither of those two players are happy with one another, and they let each other know about it. But then a giveaway Inter Miami. Seeley, right side of the area, dispossessed well by Sergio Busquets. He concedes a corner as it rolls across the end line. Busquets said he was run into and pushed. The referee says, no, it's going to be a set piece. But man, Inter Miami has not been very sure on the ball so far through the opening 6 minutes of this second half. Now far side and near side corner for Montreal. This will be Tom Pierce to deliver with a left foot. It's going to be an in-swinger. Falcone marking Owusu. That is his assignment. The ever-dangerous, the large-framed Prince Owusu. Pierce hand in the air. Delivers the corner. High to the middle. Owusu was unmarked. He was able to feed it to Seeley, who punched it right onto Astari point blank. Oh, that was near disaster for Inter Miami. 2 unmarked players, and Montreal still couldn't finish. And then Alba is fouled in the Inter Miami defensive half. Oh, my goodness. Owusu was completely unmarked, but he headed it errant to the wide portion of goal. And then Seeley, on a short hop, simply just pushed the ball off of his shin right into the chest of Ustari. The only place Ustari could have made a save is right where Seeley put it. All right, so now Inter Miami needs to wake up. This should be 2-2. You remember Montreal scored on a set piece back May 28th. It was Lotori against Inter Miami. And we have another yellow being shown. And this is going to be Sergio Busquets, I believe, on a collision in the midfield. Yeah, Busquets went into Lotori. A dangerous play, a late challenge from Busquets as Lotori was trying to angle right into the middle of the pitch. So Busquets is in the book. Well, Montreal has been the better side so far in this second half. Still 2-1 Inter Miami in the 54th minute. Lotori is still trying to work himself out. He is in pain as he lays on his back, and the physio is going to have to come out for Montreal. This is the first time tonight that we've really needed any sort of delayed stoppage for any reason. This one for medical attention as Ben Kremoski comes over to chat with his manager, Javier Mascherano. So Busquets is in the book. Only one substitution so far in this match. George Campbell taking over in the midfield for Samuel Piet. Piet, who was wearing the captain's armband, he took a knock early in this one, was able to play through the remainder of the half, but it appears as if unable to have himself in an ideal physical situation for the second half, and he's taken off by interim manager Marco Donadel. Victor Lotori is back up after a brief amount of attention from the physio. Matches in progress. Charlotte 2, Orlando City 0 from the Queen City. Cincinnati has a 2-1 lead over Atlanta. And first half, Nashville, Philadelphia Union 0-0. Free kick from about 40 yards out for Montreal. Headed away easily by Inter Miami. Now Segovia wants to push. He makes his way into the midfield. Lays it off Suarez. Sends a sky ball to Jordi Alba, in his left back spot. He'll simply swipe it into the Inter Miami right attacking half. Montreal, no problem playing it back onto the goalkeeper, Jonathan Sirois. Inter Miami with goals from Tadeo Allende, 33rd minute. Lionel Messi in minute number 40 for this 2-1 advantage. On Montreal, the best chance of this second half. Off of a corner kick. Owusu errant on an unmarked header at the top of the 6-yard box, but that errant header attempt went right to a teammate, Seeley, who simply shinned it right into Oscar Ustari from about 4 yards. Foul against Montreal in the midfield circle, and Inter Miami on the restart with Alba. 57th minute. Here is Lionel Messi, right attacking half, inside right channel. Sends it to the middle for Busquets, and now back to the defensive half for Falcone. Played it up to Alba. Bit of one touch there with Busquets. And now Tomas Aviles in the center of the pitch in the defensive side gets involved in the buildup. Here's Lionel Messi right on the midfield dot. To the right of the center circle, Aviles into the center circle. Rolls a pass Segovia. Right attacking half comes the men in pink, Inter Miami. 58th minute. Here's a ball sent to Messi at the edge of the attacking third right side. And just enough contact from Victor Laturi on the ankle of Messi to earn a whistle. And a free kick delivery from our referee, Marcos de Oliveira, for Inter Miami. We'll see how much distance is going to be here. I don't think that Inter Miami is going to attempt anything on goal. This is about even with the near post in the right attacking third for Inter Miami. But again, we're talking 30-plus yards for Inter Miami. I do think Messi is going to try and serve something up, though, into the box for a willing recipient. 58th minute, 2-1 Inter Miami. Alba, Messi are the two standing over the ball. Messi floats it into the box. Sirois deflected it down to the ground for Busquets, and then Suarez put it off the side netting left of goal. Oh, Sirois absolutely made a mess of this. A diving two-handed punch right onto Busquets. Busquets mishit it on the near post. It fell, though, right to Suarez, and Suarez blasted it with his left foot off the side netting left of goal. Oh, goodness. That's the second time tonight that Sirois has done something disastrous in front of his own net. He hasn't paid for it. And now here comes Montreal on the counter after an Inter Miami midfield turnover. Left of the box, Seeley. Left foot! Just missed far post. Tried to curl it around to Ustari, who had to lay out, but it was just off target. And it remains Inter Miami 2-1 in the 59th minute. And it was Aviles who was muscled off the ball by Owusu that led to this glorious chance for Montreal as Owusu was allowed to sprint forward 20 yards, picked out Seeley, but he missed the far post from a similar area to where Messi planted it at the end of the first half. Good ball, Suarez into the middle, Allende sprays it to the outside. Just outside the upper left of the box, Segovia. Right foot chip! Oh, he scored! He put it off the crossbar and inside the far post. Telasco Segovia. What touch! What guile! What an effort! 3-1 Inter Miami. Telasco Segovia. A thing of beauty. Absolute artwork. A masterpiece from Segovia. At the hour mark, Inter Miami 3, Montreal 1. We talked earlier about Tadeo Allende feeling confident about his goal-scoring abilities. How about Telasco Segovia, who has scored nothing but bangers over the last month? The game-tying goal, or the goal I should say, to bring Inter Miami within 1 at Philadelphia. And then his prodigious horizontal run blast against Porto in the FIFA Club World Cup in the 2-1 Inter Miami victory. And then that absolutely cheeky upper right tally past Sirois just moments ago. 3-1 Inter Miami in the 61st minute. And suddenly Inter Miami is starting to put a stranglehold on this match. Montreal has had the majority of the opportunities in this second half, but Inter Miami just has more class, as you'd expect. And wouldn't you know it, I was going to point out that Montreal this season outscored 11-3 in the 61st to 75th minute and 18-5 overall in the final half hour of matches this season. Segovia scores just past the final half hour threshold. Isn't it weird how football works? Trends all mean something. So after that Segovia goal, Montreal is being outscored 19-5 in the final 30 minutes of matches this season. And Inter Miami is looking for more. It's a 4-on-3. Messi, right attacking third. Messi to the penalty D. Messi in the area, still going. Lionel Messi through 4 defenders, and he scores left foot. He charged forward from the midfield, and he said, I'm going to do it myself. Nobody's going to stop me. He's an impenetrable force. Lionel Messi, a brace. 4-1 Inter Miami, and everybody out of their seats in Montreal. They are worshiping the man all across Stade Saputo. Lionel Messi, the desire, the drive. And as he was able to push through, force his way through 4 defenders, the delivery to make it 4-1. It is all Inter Miami imposing its will, and it starts with number 10 in pink, Lionel Messi. My goodness. One Inter Miami. 4 goals on the year for Lionel Messi against Montreal. A brace in Fort Lauderdale. A brace in Quebec. He dazzles wherever he goes. You can hear the Messi chants. For Miami, played a ball from its defensive half into the attacking half. Allende was on the move trying to catch up to that rolling ball, but Sirois blasted it away, the Montreal goalkeeper. Messi made 1 defender, 2 defenders, 3 defenders, a 4th defender, a 5th defender miss on his journey towards the goal. He came from about 45 yards and was able to dribble and wind and weave and wonder his way all the way to the edge of the 6-yard box for, by his standards, an easy finish. Sirois basically put up the white flag as Messi emerged from the massive humanity right in front of his goal, and that was that. We have a whistle and we have a foul deep in the Inter Miami defensive half against Montreal. That allows us time to take 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. This is Inter Miami football.
Anajor and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Stade Saputo, Montreal, Quebec, Canada. I am Ken LaVicka. To my right, our on-site engineer, the OG Oscar Gonzalez. Back in the network studios in West Palm Beach, South Florida. It is Mike Rizzo, 4-1, Inter Miami, with 4 unanswered. And we sit here in minute number 66. It appears as if Inter Miami is well on its way to 3 points in the table. Messi, outstanding ball from the defensive half. Can Allende get there? He can. He's behind the defense. Allende left foot. Oh, it's off the crossbar. Sirois got a diving right hand on it, and it bounced off the crossbar as Allende tried to slot it by him for a brace. Oh, lovely goalkeeping on what would have been an all-world, all-career assist from Lionel Messi. Messi was at the halfway point of the defensive half and threaded the needle between 4 defenders on a ball that no other mortal is able to make. Allende, a superb run. At the last moment, Caden Clark got into the right peripheral vision of Allende, who unleashed his shot, and Sirois got a right pinky on it. That was enough force to bounce it off the turf and then subsequently see it bound off the crossbar. Magnificent both sides in that sequence. The pass, the run, even the shot was great. The goalkeeping, just better. And now Montreal left of the area. Caden Clark. He's marked by Aviles. Clark rolls it to the left channel. This is collected by Laturi. Laturi outside the penalty D for Owasu, who is telling his teammates, come on, move. Laturi. Top of the box extended left side, near side. It's Craig. Now worked around to the far side, right channel. About 30 yards out. Seeley onto his left foot. Now he's in the middle channel. Give it off Caden Clark. Inter Miami, good shape defensively here. Oh, but a great ball to the right of the box. And Segovia's lucky because Bugai had made a good run behind him, but Bugai couldn't handle the pass, and Segovia back on it. Now Inter Miami on the counter. Kromoski, good ball forward. Segovia is onside. Left channel. Segovia entering the area. Segovia. And it tackled away for a moment. Now he is able to regain control and sends an aimless cross right onto the keeper, Sirois. Segovia is absolutely winded as he tries to catch his breath on his back on the left side of the box. And Tadeo Allende absolutely robbed of a brace. And I said that it was Caden Clark who was able defensively to at least alter the shot at the last moment. It was actually Luca Petrasso. Give him proper credit for staying with Allende. A foul against Montreal in the midfield circle as frustrations are starting to spill over. Prince Owusu making contact with Kromoski. 4-1 Inter Miami. 69th minute, about to enter minute number 70. And I have to imagine with a matchup coming Wednesday at New England, we're about to see a series of substitutions for Inter Miami. But first, it's time for Montreal to make substitutions. Alexander Guboglo is going to enter for Montreal, as is Bryce Duke. Guboglo and Duke for CF Montreal. Javier Mascherano still waiting a bit here for his opening substitutions. Inter Miami has it in the right attacking half. Kromoski trying to sail a toe poke ball up the outside right channel to Wagon, but he was offside, was Wagon, as the ball was delivered. So Montreal has it in their defensive half. And a giveaway. Busquets to Messi. Messi outside the penalty arc. Messi rolls it through Suarez. His right-footed shot kicked up in the air by Sirois. And then he's able to collect the carom as he leaps high to grab it out of midair. Oh, Suarez on the doorstep of a goal. He is mad at himself that he didn't get the ball more airborne off of that right foot. He had a clear shot and clear angle on goal, but Sirois sprawling, able to make a kick save with his right foot. And then catch the ball like a punt into his chest. And now Owusu from Montreal, right side of the box. What a turn! And then he has it saved by Ustari across the end line. It'll be a corner. Oh, a sidewinding left-footed attempt from Owusu. Ustari equal to the task. Owusu is furious, saying that I should be going to the penalty spot because Tomas Aviles had a handful of my jersey. He probably has a case. The referee awards a corner instead to Montreal. Owusu is hot, absolutely screaming in the face of Marcos de Oliveira, the referee. And it will be a set piece, just not the one that Montreal was looking for. And Aviles got bailed out because, one, I do think that you could probably make the argument that he conceded a penalty, and two, he was beaten badly. And it does appear as if there's going to be a look to VAR here, or at least they're delaying to take a glance at it upstairs. Aviles was spun out of his shoes. We are still delayed. Kevin Stott is in charge of VAR. And we're good. We saw a look. There's not going to be any further glance at it. And now a whole host of Inter Miami substitutions coming into the match. Redondo, Rodriguez, Martinez, all coming in. So Davi Martinez is into the match. Federico Redondo comes on. And Baltazar Rodriguez. Last time we saw him in MLS play, he was playing 18 minutes before an injury at San Jose, where he collected a beautiful assist, delivering the second Tadeo Allende goal of that evening. Allende has a goal here tonight, by the way. Segovia is off for Inter Miami in favor of Rodriguez. And this is going to be a near side to far side corner for Inter Miami. Or for Montreal, I should say. My apologies. And here is the delivery to the back post. It went off of Redondo at the edge of the 6-yard box after Campbell came streaking in for Montreal. Couldn't get a head on it. It rolls across the end line. And we're going to have another corner for Montreal. This time, it'll be far side to near side. Taking a look at the replay. Yeah, Aviles, maybe there was a little bit of pull on the jersey from Aviles, but I think the VAR official is saying not enough there, with Owusu making that turn to clear himself into space to warrant a point to the spot. It's all elementary now. 73rd minute, 4-1 Inter Miami. Far side to near side, outswinging corner. This to the middle of the area. Suarez, the headed clearance. Checks it down by Rodriguez. Good ball to Suarez. He'll whip it across. And Messi has it on the near side in the left defensive half. Rodriguez, close quarters, back to Messi. Has it on the defensive side of the midfield. Driving now a right attacking half comes Inter Miami. Able to finally grab some possession here. Boy, Inter Miami, after going down 1-0, you're thinking to yourself, this could be a major problem. But instead, they've cinched it up. The goal scorers have scored goals. Lionel Messi has a brace. Tadeo Allende with a blast of a goal. Talasco Segovia with a wonderful touch on his goal from distance. 3 substitutions all at once for Inter Miami. Davi Martinez in for Tomas Aviles. Baltasar Rodriguez taking off Talasco Segovia. And Federico Redondo ends the night at Benjamin Kromoski. I have to think that Luis Suarez is next one off for Inter Miami. Need to save some knees here for Wednesday at artificial turf at New England Revolution. In the midfield circle, it's Inter Miami. Davi Martinez. Which is on to Rodriguez. Rodriguez is so shifty. When he's healthy, he can get himself anywhere on the pitch in a hurry. Good ball from the defensive half. Martinez on to Rodriguez. Up the left channel. Baltasar Rodriguez. Chunks a pass. Messi. Messi tried to play it through to Rodriguez, who was making a vertical run. And Rodriguez couldn't get on the end of it, and it rolls to the goalkeeper, Jonathan Sirwa. Gotta love that from Baltasar Rodriguez. Rodriguez turns around and points at Messi and says, yeah, good ball, as if Lionel Messi needed the assurance that he delivered a wonderful ball into the box. But you know what? If I'm Baltasar Rodriguez, I get an opportunity to play with Lionel Messi. I'm bestowing compliments on Messi as often as I can. I want as many deliverances from him to me as I can get in my time on the pitch. We're into the 76th minute. Oh, Luis Suarez nearly picked up a steal in the right defensive third. He would have had a 2-on-1 with Messi coming up the right flank, but Suarez had a roll across the touchline for a Montreal throw-in, and he's laughing. He's saying, man, I came so close to being able to develop something wonderful. He read it expertly. Inter Miami's going to have a throw-in after Montreal made a mess of simple passing along the far left touchline in the defensive half, and now Inter Miami in their right attacking half. Redondo, Weigott, near touchline, coming up to retrieve Allende. He had the equalizing goal for Inter Miami, but they have since tacked on 3 subsequently. Allende is fouled, going up for a header in his right attacking half along that near touchline. 77th minute, Inter Miami 4, Montreal 1. For Montreal, they take a week off of MLS play because they are headed back into the Canadian Championship second leg against Forge FC of the Canadian Football League. That is Wednesday, right here at Stade Saputo. On aggregate, Forge FC up 1-0. This is the quarterfinals of the Canadian Championship. A floated cross, top of the area from the near touchline, headed away by Montreal. Messi back on it. He's able to give it to Rodriguez. Nifty delivery to the left of the box to Messi. He will push it back on to Rodriguez. He'll take a shot from about 5 yards outside the area, right at Sirois, the goalkeeper. Baltasar Rodriguez, no real threat there, but wanted to give it a go, and you love the confidence from Baltasar Rodriguez. Man, when he plays, when he's healthy, and let's not forget Baltasar Rodriguez, after joining Inter Miami back in April, before he even played a single solitary second, injured himself, suffered a muscle issue in training, missed weeks and weeks and weeks, came back for 18 minutes at San Jose, collected an assist, and then was missing again for weeks after re-aggravating the hamstring injury that he suffered. So far, so good here tonight. 78th minute, 4-1, Inter Miami leads Montreal. Inter Miami has put 4 goals on the board against Montreal in both matches now in this 2025 season. An update out of Charlotte, where Orlando City has come storming back. That match is level 2-2. It was 2-0 early second half for Charlotte, who's really struggling right now. Here is Messi trying to split 2 defenders on a pass from to the right of the midfield circle. Had Rodriguez making a run right up the center. Messi couldn't quite needle it through. And now here comes Montreal into the left attacking third. Far touchline. Gubloglo with a cross. Went off of an Inter Miami player and a leak through, but Owusu could not get his right foot on it. And Inter Miami comes out of their defensive third with it. Javi Martinez. He gives it away right side of the box, but the flag is up. And it was an offside. No, a handball, I'm sorry. A handball against Montreal as Duke, the second half substitute, he controlled because he put his right hand on it. Kennedy Sinchuk is the next substitute in for Montreal. Sinchuk, the Ukrainian, part of the U23 side, 18 years old, Hennedy Sinchuk. He'll get to play out the remaining 11 minutes and change in this one. Still one more substitution for Montreal if they want it. As we welcome you to minute number 81 here in beautiful Quebec, Canada. 4-1 Inter Miami on top, in control. 3 points on the horizon for the South Florida side. Ken Levicka with you here from beautiful Stade Saputo. Just mere footsteps from legendary Olympic Stadium. This is the Olympic Park portion of Montreal. Ustari had it rolled back onto him. Prince Owusu still hustling in a very urgent manner. Forced Ustari to make a rushed one-touch on a Maxi Falcone. And now Montreal retreats in, and Miami is going to be able to maneuver into the midfield. This venue, Stade Saputo, built in 2008 and then a full renovation, increasing its capacity in 2012 as Montreal moved from the NASL to Major League Soccer as the Montreal Impact. I've changed the branding since then to Club de Foot Montreal. I tried my best French there. I gave it a shot. I feel good about it. Wasn't perfect. And luckily, it's the last time that I have to do that for maybe some of the French-speaking fandom of CF Montreal this season. I'll work on it for next year. Inter Miami taking its time in its defensive half. No real rush to do anything of consequence in this 82nd minute, and a comfortable 4-1 cushion for the men in pink. Fresh off of, to many, an unexpected FIFA Club World Cup success. Did not suffer a single defeat in the group stage. And bowed out to the best team on the planet, Paris Saint-Germain. Inter Miami with Luis Suarez charging right, attacking third. Messi plays it through Suarez, right side of the box, tried to cross it to Rodriguez. That was deflected up into the air, and then contact and a foul against Inter Miami as Lionel Messi made some contact with Hennedy Sinchuk. And here's Fafa Pico on the way for Inter Miami. So Pico, last time we saw him in MLS play, had a goal against Columbus. He is going to take off the opening Inter Miami goal scorer tonight. Tadeo Allende putting in another outstanding evening of work for Inter Miami. Allende 5 goals in his last 6 MLS appearances. Interesting that Luis Suarez still on the pitch here with a 4-1 advantage as we have just crossed the precipice of minute number 84. Foul against Inter Miami in the attacking midfield of Montreal, left side of this natural surface here in Canada. Javier Mascherano yesterday talked about using some rotations because of the heavy volume of matches upcoming next several weeks for Inter Miami. And then don't forget, end of the month, Leagues Cup play begins after a brief All-Star break. Across for Montreal into the middle from the far side, and Falcone, nice and easy pillow, soft gesture onto his goalkeeper, Oscar Ustari. And Ustari, Inter Miami's veteran goalkeeper, will distribute off to his left for Jordi Alba. .84:03, 84:04, 84:05 on the clock. As Pico gets his first touch, right attacking third for Inter Miami. Suarez rushes forward to win a ball. He's able to dribble around Alexander Guboglo. But Guboglo was able to box out Suarez and win it back deep in the defensive third for Montreal, and now they come forward. As Waycott diving and barrel rolling and then somersaulting to dispossess Guboglo and send the ball across the touchline. Waycott with a 3-goal advantage for his side, giving up his body. You love to see it. Last substitution for Montreal, Sanusi Ibrahim will tell Prince Owusu to come off. A nice round of applause for Montreal's goal scorer tonight, Prince Owusu. Sanusi Ibrahim, the Nigerian international. He's been with Montreal since early 2021. Only 22 years old. He is quite a talent. We're trying to develop him here at Montreal. Inter Miami on the ball in their right attacking half. 85th minute, and it's a 4-1 advantage for Inter Miami. Redondo from the midfield. Good ball forward for Messi. Sprayed it to the outside. It is touched into the box and swiped away by Campbell to the near right corner for Fafa Pico of Inter Miami. Step over, tried to split two defenders, and had it stolen away. Nearly won it back to Pico. He's being a pest. He's got the fresh legs, but then finally blasting it away is Alvarez into the midfield for Montreal. But the duel's won by Falcone. On to Jordi Alba in the inside left channel. Alba had a pass deflected by Latour of Montreal, and Montreal in possession, rushing forward. And a foul against Inter Miami as Weigott ran right in to Bryce Duke of Montreal. Maxi Falcone's night is done, and here is Ryan Saylor for Inter Miami, getting some run for Javier Mascherano. Maxi Falcone continuing his solid play, anchoring the back line for Inter Miami. If you're just joining us, we are in the 87th minute. Where have you been? But better late than never. Inter Miami 4, CF Montreal 1. It was a second-minute goal for Montreal's Prince Owusu off of a bad giveaway deep in the defensive portion by, of all people, Lionel Messi. Owusu simply had to collect at the top of the box and left-footed past Oscar Ustari. But then Inter Miami would grow into the match and then some. Tadeo Allende with a goal just past the half-an-hour mark. And a foul against Inter Miami to the right of the box as Duke took a shot. Actually, Sinchuk took a shot. Davi Martinez called for the foul. This will be a free kick for Montreal, right of Oscar Ustari's area. But Allende with the goal from distance, a left-footed missile from outside the box. Shortly thereafter, Lionel Messi, Martinez is shown yellow for Inter Miami. Lionel Messi with a goal in the 40th minute. After a determined drive through several defenders from right of the area, got himself to the middle of the box and tucked a shot into the far post, inside the far post to make it 2-1 at halftime. Inter Miami would get another goal from Lionel Messi as he, like a rabid bull, charged from the midfield, was able to bulldoze through 5 defenders before a point-blank can't-miss finish at the edge of the 6-yard box, went upper shelf, and Talasco Segovia, a wonderful, cheeky lob, upper right off the crossbar and in. Here's the free kick right of the area. A good job by Suarez to get a head on it and went up and over Oscar Ustari's goal. Yes, it's going to be another Montreal corner, but Suarez doing the job defensively to ensure that his goalkeeper isn't challenged. This corner is going to come near side to far side in the 89th minute, 4-1 Inter Miami. Montreal set piece once again. Right-footed delivery, right into the middle. Suarez again heads it away. And Baltazar Rodriguez, a nice slide to at least alter Montreal and their prospects. And then it's won back by Inter Miami. Inter Miami on the counter. Far side into the right attacking half. Suarez pushes it on to Messi. Messi right back into the middle. Suarez 35 yards away. Weigott. And that was a poor pass, and it's stolen back by Bryce Duke. And then Duke gives it away to Baltazar Rodriguez in the Inter Miami defensive half, and he'll cross the midfield stripe. Swipes it on to Suarez, middle channel. Short range pass. Back to Suarez on a 1-2. Messi tried to play it through to Suarez. Messi had that pass blocked. Messi retrieves. And now he's going to push a pass left of the area at the border of the top of the box. Rodriguez. Now Redondo. Now Alba. One-touch Redondo. He'll send it far side to near side. Sergio Busquets. And in the waning moments of the 89th minute, Inter Miami, Davi Martinez to the penalty D for Suarez. On to Messi. He had it poked away. And Latour for Montreal dribbles it out of trouble momentarily. He'll play it back Uboglo, and he's going to blast it into the midfield. But Jordi Alba is able to track it down right in front of the midfield circle, and we enter extra time. Presented by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Test drive the new Q5 today at your local South Florida Audi dealer, or visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. And it is 6 minutes of added time. Unlikely to, in any way, shape, or form, change the outcome of this one with a 4-1 Inter Miami lead. We'll see if someone else can get on the score sheet here for Inter Miami. Busquets from the midfield. Long ball over the top. It's Messi. Messi hat trick, you bet! A left-footed finish inside the top of the box, but the flag was up. Messi was offside on a beautiful feed from Busquets. Messi thought he had his third. This sellout crowd in Montreal thought he had his third. And Messi was indeed about 2 Messis offside. Messi took a glance to his right to the linesman after he delivered that shot inside the near post, just to see if the flag might stay down, but he didn't protest much after he saw the orange and yellow go up. Still 4-1 Inter Miami. The good news is there's still over 4 minutes for Messi to try and find his hat trick. Montreal into the left attacking half. Guboglo, left touchline, trying to angle right in the direction of the box. Instead, disperses to Laturi in the left channel. And Suarez with a steal in the midfield for Inter Miami. Suarez makes the turn in his defensive half. Plays it back to Alba. Good, nifty footwork for Alba. Redondo, Messi. Alba right back to Messi. He has it in his defensive half. Oh, he olays a defender. That was Sinchuk who was on the wrong end of that. But then Montreal does finally win it back. And then a delayed foul called against Jordi Alba as he had made contact with a CF Montreal midfielder. Is that Laturi? Yes, it is. That's Victor Laturi, who's taken a beating tonight. And the crowd chants Messi at the expense of young 18-year-old Henadii Sinchuk. Messi lined him up and then olayed him. Left attacking third near touchline, Montreal. Guboglo able to charge through Weygant, trying to deliver into the middle of the box. No issues there for Ryan Saylor of Inter Miami. And now Weygant's going to push it forward to Pico. Up the near side he comes in the defensive half. He's going to hold up, play it wisely. Good veteran move. Inter Miami just trying to eat up clock here. Javier Mascherano claps his hands in support of the decision from Fafa Pico, the Haitian international, the South Florida native. 93-22, 93-23 is extra time. 6 minutes of it ticks on. We are halfway through. Next time you're going to hear us is Wednesday night from Foxborough, Mass. It will be Inter Miami at New England Revolution. 7 o'clock pregame. Mike Rizzo in South Florida. 7:30 kickoff from New England. Inter Miami trying to continue winning ways. Messi tried to swipe a ball onto Suarez in Inter Miami's right attacking half. Never got there. Now Montreal trying to come forward. Good ball up ahead. Sinchuk coming up the right side into the box. Sinchuk right foot. And he just hit a ground ball right at Ustari, who reached down like a second baseman and was able to scoop it up. That was very Dan Ugla-esque. How about that for a Marlins reference, South Florida? .94:30 on the clock here in Montreal. Here's Redondo in the middle, 30 yards out for Inter Miami. Finds Messi outside the penalty arc. Now Busquets will send it just outside the right of the box for Pico. And it's turned over. Montreal has it, and they're going to track back the other way. Sinchuk off to Bryce Duke. Inter Miami still applying some pressure. They want to get one last opportunity to attack goal, I think. Even up 4-1. We are in the final minute of action. 6 additional minutes of extra time in the second half, and the clock reads 95-11, and Inter Miami wins the ball back, but a late foul called against Federico Redondo. He made contact with Sanusi Ibrahim from behind. The 22-year-old striker off the bench for Montreal. Stick around for the post-game show. Numbers, highlights, scores from around MLS. with the incomparable Mike Rizzo back in South Florida. He has something for everybody, I promise you. Man of the people and a family man at that. Here's Montreal, low cross. It leaked through the face of goal. Fanguboglo left to the 6-yard area, and then he simply just punts a ball off the side netting left of goal. That was precarious and dangerous for the Inter Miami defense as Duke slithered a ball that went right across far side to near side, the face of goal. Ibrahim couldn't get on the end of it, and that will be the end of the match. The referee, Marcos de Oliveira, blows the whistle, and Lionel Messi with a show for the visiting fans, and now the race is on from the Montreal players to run up to Messi and ask for his shirt, which is an match-by-match occurrence. He's used to it. Take a number. Inter Miami, speaking of a number, puts up 4 tonight on Montreal for a second time this season. For a second time in 2025, Lionel Messi scores 2 against Montreal. Allende and Segovia also with tallies for Inter Miami. And after a knockout stage achievement for Inter Miami in the FIFA Club World Cup, Inter Miami gets off to a slow start back in MLS play, conceding in the 2nd minute to Prince Owusu of Montreal. But then Inter Miami charges forward. A comfortable 4-1 victory. It's 3 points in the table for Inter Miami. The man of the match, of course, Lionel Messi, 3rd straight match in league play with at least 2 goals and an assist. He now has 12 goals on the year, does Lionel Messi. He is back into the top 5 in goal contributions this season in Major League Soccer. Lionel Messi, 7 goals in his last 4 MLS matches. He is in fine form, is Messi. And when Messi's in fine form, usually that means Inter Miami is in great shape. 3 points in the table for Inter Miami. Your final tonight from Stade Saputo in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Inter Miami 4, CF Montreal 1. For Oscar Gonzalez, the OG onside engineer, I'm Ken LaVicka. It'll be Mike Rizzo with your post-game show next from South Florida. This is Inter Miami football.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all-new Audi Q5. With a powerful, sporty silhouette, dynamic handling, and responsive steering that makes every ride better than the last. An all-new interior with a digital stage built with you in mind. Introducing the all-new Audi Q5. Our best made better.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. But the truth is, they couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to deliver brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. Now, their dedicated financial teams are ready to do the boring work to help you unlock your own brilliance. Let's see what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Messi to the penalty deep. Messi in the area, still going. Lionel Messi through 4 defenders, and he scores left foot. He charged forward from the midfield, and he said, I'm going to do it myself. Nobody's going to stop me. He's an impenetrable force. Lionel Messi, a brace. 4-1 Inter Miami, and everybody out of their seats in Montreal. They are worshiping the man all across Stade Saputo.
The men of Montreal, Lionel Messi, 4 goals in 2 games versus Montreal. I'll tell you what, Montreal's going to be happy never to see Lionel Messi again, at least this season. I can tell you that much. Now, Inter Miami, big winners, 4-1. Let's not forget they went down 1-0 in this in about the second minute, but 4 goals for Inter Miami. A 33rd minute goal by Tadio Allende. A 40th minute goal by Lionel Messi. A 60th minute goal by Telasco Segovia, and then in the 62nd, Messi got his brace. Now, Messi could have had a hat trick in this, but he was, to Ken Levicka's point, about 2 Messi's offsides. But Messi, an almost hat trick brace. How about that? An almost hat trick brace in Montreal. And once again, I think Montreal is going to be doing backflips at the fact they don't have to face Lionel Messi again this season. Let's do a couple of match facts here. By the way, welcome on in to the Inter Miami postgame show on your Inter Miami radio network on the English side on ESPN 1063. We are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Do you want more from your drive? This is it. The all-new Audi Q5, a powerful, sporty silhouette with dynamic handling and responsive steering that makes every ride better than the last. An all-new interior with a digital stage with you in mind. Introducing the all-new Audi Q5, Audi's best made better. Test drive the all-new 2025 Audi Q5 at your local South Florida Audi dealer today, or visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. That is AudiUSA.com to learn more. Let's go through your match facts. Inter Miami dominated the time of possession, 57% compared to 43% of Montreal. Expected goals, XG, if you're into that thing. Inter Miami with an astounding 2.71 XG in this game compared to Montreal's 1.95. 15 total shots for the Herons, 13 total shots for Montreal, 5 big chances comparatively to 2 big chances for Montreal. A lot of, I feel like Inter Miami, it could have been worse for Montreal because Inter Miami was absolutely peppering Montreal in that first half as well. 10 shots on goal for the Herons on the night. Oscar Ustari picked up a couple saves as well. But this one, all Inter Miami, 4-1 your full time. Prince Owusu, I did forget to mention, Prince Owusu was the one to score for Montreal after that Lionel Messi turnover. Game started off in the second minute. Messi turned it over. Owusu was in the back of the net. But Messi certainly made up for it. A brace in the game, man of the match, and a 4-1 victory for the Inter Miami Herons. When we come back, we'll hear all the highlights. You heard the highlight of Messi's brace to make things 4-1. We'll go through all the goal-scoring highlights right here on your Inter Miami Radio Network.
McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. Tender, juicy, and its own sauce. Would you look at that? Well, you can't see it, but trust me, it looks delicious. New McCrispy strips, now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Tight on cash? Say less. McDonald's under $4 McValue menu comes through. Indulging your sweet tooth or craving something savory? Tired of the same old, same old? Pick from your favorites like a creamy vanilla cone for $1.50 or a small frappe like rich caramel or chocolatey mocha for just $3.50. Quick snack breaks to late night cravings and everything in between. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. Tender, juicy, and its own sauce. Would you look at that? Well, you can't see it, but trust me, it looks delicious. New McCrispy strips, now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
The weather is heating up and summer is here. Stay cool with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Trans World Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Just outside the upper left of the box, Segovia, right foot chip! Oh, he scored! He put it off the crossbar and inside the far post. Telasco Segovia, what touch! What guile! What an effort! 3-1 Inter Miami. Telasco Segovia, a thing of beauty. Absolute artwork, a masterpiece from Segovia. At the hour mark, Inter Miami 3, Montreal 1.
Inter Miami winners over Montreal tonight, 4-1. They take the season sweep against Montreal. They beat them earlier on in the year in Fort Lauderdale, and now Inter Miami winners 4-1 on the road to make the season sweep. Welcome on back, folks, to the postgame show. I'm your host, Mike Rizzo. We are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealer. Test drive that brand new 2025 Q5 e-tron today at your local South Florida Audi dealer. Well, let's go through the highlights. We gave you your match facts last segment. Time now to go through all of the goal-scoring opportunities and plays Inter Miami had in the game. Also for Montreal, Montreal started off on the score sheet after a turnover by Lionel Messi, which led to this goal from Prince Owusu.
Bad giveaway and a goal for Montreal. It was a horrific play in the back and able to collect in the middle of the box and finish with a left foot is Prince Owusu. His 8th goal of the season and disaster at the onset for Inter Miami. 1-0 Montreal. Oh, that was a mess as Inter Miami was trying to play out of the back, and it was placed on a platter for Owusu.
It was 1-0 before he could blink in the second minute, but Tadio Allende able to square things all up at 1-1, his 5th goal in about 6 MLS fixtures. Tadio Allende absolutely on fire.
Now outside the right side of the box, Allende. Left foot blast! Tadio Allende! What a finish! What power from Allende! Said, I'm going to do it myself. And Sirwa didn't stand a chance. An absolute lead foot to Tadio Allende. It's 1-1. Inter Miami draws level in the 33rd minute. That is the 5th goal in 6 MLS matches for Tadio Allende.
You know, I had that one right. Appreciate the great Ken Levica. 5th goal in 6 matches for Tadio Allende. And obviously, Allende had the goal, too, at the FIFA Club World Cup. Let's not, I believe, it was Luis Suarez who gave him that chest pass. Allende got behind the defense and was able to put it in the back of the net against Palmeiras. So Allende on a good form of football. Lionel Messi, you're up.
Great header, Suarez on a Messi. Couldn't handle for a moment. Now he has it. Right side of the box. Lionel Messi. Messi to the inside. Messi! The foot finish right of the penalty area. Lionel Messi able to dribble through 3 defenders. Found just a little bit of room. That's all he needed. And a world-class finish, a sure finish. He's not missing that. Lionel Messi puts Inter Miami on top, 2-1. It's his 3rd goal against Montreal this season. Weaving and winding. And now Inter Miami winning on the scoreline.
Inter Miami and Lionel Messi lethal against Montreal this season. We'll get to more to Lionel Messi in a sec. He had a brace in the game. We have to hear Telasco Segovia with what the great Ken Levica calls a cheeky chip shot. Let's take a listen.
Just outside the upper left of the box, Segovia, right foot chip! Oh, he scored! He put it off the crossbar and inside the far post. Telasco Segovia, what touch! What guile! What an effort! 3-1 Inter Miami. Telasco Segovia, a thing of beauty. Absolute artwork, a masterpiece from Segovia. At the hour mark, Inter Miami 3, Montreal 1.
We'll wrap things up on the highlight segment as Lionel Messi calls game at 4-1 and gets his brace.
Messi to the penalty D. Messi in the area, still going. Lionel Messi through 4 defenders. fires, and he scores left foot. He charged forward from the midfield, and he said, I'm going to do it myself. Nobody's going to stop me. He's an impenetrable force. Lionel Messi, a brace. 4-1 Inter Miami, and everybody out of their seats in Montreal. They are worshiping the man all across Stade Saputo.
Folks, Messi with the brace in the game made things 4-1 as Inter Miami, as I've mentioned, got the season sweep on Montreal. And that is our highlight segment here on the post-game show. Now, when we come back, we'll go around the MLS. We'll check in on a couple of the fixtures. We'll see where Inter Miami is jockeying for position on the Eastern Conference table in the MLS. Let's not forget, Inter Miami back in action coming up on Wednesday. I'll tell you more about that when we return.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
What's the Anajar and Levine difference? If you're the victim of a car crash, you will always speak to a lawyer. You'll always get the highest standard of care from our dedicated legal team, and we'll always fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Don't wait. Call 1-800-747-FREE. In office, West Palm Beach.
Don't miss Russo and Rizzo. Who would you rather sign, Judge or Ohtani? I think Judge is a better hitter. I think Judge is a better player. Ohtani might offer you a little bit more because of the pitching prospect. I would take Judge.
This isn't even a question. It's Ohtani. I'm looking for playoff success. Judge has not showed up in the playoffs yet. Ohtani had a pretty good playoff run last year. Yeah. Judge disappears.
Hey, but Ohtani did nothing in the World Series.
He's a detriment to the team. Ohtani wasn't a detriment to the team.
It's Russo and Rizzo, weekdays at 4 here on ESPN 106.3.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
The weather is heating up and summer is here. Stay cool with EDS air conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121, or visit tworld.com today.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Great header, Suarez on a Messi. Couldn't handle for a moment. Now he has it. Right side of the box. Lionel Messi. Messi to the inside. Messi! The foot finish right of the penalty area. Lionel Messi able to dribble through 3 defenders. Found just a little bit of room. That's all he needed. And a world-class finish, a sure finish. He's not missing that. Lionel Messi puts Inter Miami on top 2-1. It's his 3rd goal against Montreal this season. Weaving and winding. And now Inter Miami winning on the scoreline.
Inter Miami winners over Montreal tonight, 4-1. They have improved to 32 points on the Eastern Conference table. They jump NYC FC tonight, and they are now positioned at number 6 in the Eastern Conference. Now, here's the thing. Inter Miami has played 17 games compared to the 21 that FC Cincinnati, Philadelphia Union, and Nashville have played. Nashville and the Union are in action right now. We'll get to the we'll go around the MLS. We'll see what's going on in just a bit. But quickly, Cincinnati, Philadelphia, and Nashville all with 21 games played to Inter Miami 17. 17 after playing tonight as well. Listen, Inter Miami is going to have ground to make up. You got a game coming up on Wednesday. I will be live with the pregame show coming up on Wednesday. Ken Levica, again, will be on the call. It is a 7 o'clock kickoff in New England. So the New England Revolution versus our Inter Miami Herons coming up at 7:30 on Wednesday. I will be live with the pregame at 7, the great Ken Levica at 7:30 on the pitch. But I mentioned that there are games going on right now within the MLS and a lot of games wrapped up. Folks, let's start with yesterday. Minnesota defeated Dallas 2-1. Sporting Kansas City with a kind of a surprising win over the Colorado Rapids 2-1. And then the LA Galaxy. I mean, my goodness, they had about one win going into this game against Vancouver. Let's remember, LA Galaxy won the MLS Cup last year. A lot of people thought that the Galaxy should have been representing the MLS over Inter Miami at the FIFA Club World Cup. Yeah, how'd that age? Okay, yeah, how'd that age? Thank you. But the LA Galaxy, who had one win going into that fixture, they finally pick up their 2nd win of the season, beating Vancouver 3-0. Vancouver in a bit of a free fall, by the way. Vancouver now 5th on the Supporter Shield, and they fall behind San Diego at 2nd place on the Western Conference table. Still a very good season for Vancouver, though, as they have really been one of the surprise teams, but they are free-falling a bit, and a 3-0 loss against the Galaxy, who had one win on the year, I think proves that. All right, let's move on to today. Charlotte with a 2-2 draw against Orlando City. Obviously, our Inter Miami Herons with a big win, 4-1 over Montreal in Montreal tonight. DC United and Atlanta United, they draw 0-0. FC Cincinnati gets a big win over Chicago Fire 2-1. And then we had Austin and LAFC be postponed. Games going on right now. Nashville currently deadlocked. Horns are locked at 0-0 with the Philadelphia Union. I mentioned that Nashville, a top 3 team on the Eastern Conference table right now. Philadelphia, the top team on the Eastern Conference. That is a 0-0 stalemate right now in the 63rd minute in the second half. Real Salt Lake up 1-0 against St. Louis. Now, folks, I got to check. I got to see if Diego. Sorry, very massive, big United States men's national team fan, Diego Luna, with a fantastic CONCACAF Gold Cup so far. He is obviously on international duty, not playing for Real Salt Lake, but wanted to give a shout out there, Diego Luna. Who had a brace in the big win over Guatemala. The United States will be battling Mexico coming up in the Gold Cup Championship tomorrow night. games that'll be played later on tonight, the Portland Timbers and New England. By the way, we'll be watching that tonight as Heron fans. New England, the next fixture for our Inter Miami Herons. I'll be locked into Portland and New England coming up at 10:30 in Portland. San Diego taking on Houston. Shout out my guy Glenn Davis. And San Jose facing the New York Red Bulls. So those are your late night fixtures coming up tonight within the MLS. And once again, Portland and New England. Let's make sure we're tuned in to see exactly what team we're going to see in the Revolution. Let's quickly go over the top teams in the Eastern and Western Conference once again. FC Cincinnati is currently in the lead right now in the Eastern Conference. I apologize. I've been saying all night, Philadelphia, the number one team. If they get a result tonight, they will be number one. They have a better goal differential than FC Cincinnati. FC Cincinnati with a +6 differential, the Union with a +15, and that is second best in the MLS, only behind San Diego. So Philadelphia gets a result. And what I mean by a result, if they get a draw, if they get 3 points, they will be in first place, or back on top in first place, rather, in the Eastern Conference. Nashville right now, if they get 3 points tonight, they got 39. These already have the points on the table. I apologize. They will still be in second place with 41, so sorry. But Nashville, regardless, in a big fixture with Philadelphia, that's 2 right now versus 3, Philadelphia and Nashville. But FC Cincinnati, Philadelphia, Nashville, Columbus, Orlando City, and our Inter Miami Herons in 6th place, but have 4 games in hand. And we will be going live 7 o'clock against the New England Revolution on Wednesday. Inter Miami going to be playing a couple of fixtures in a row to catch up. The Western Conference, San Diego, Vancouver, Minnesota, Portland, Seattle, San Jose. So those are your top teams within each respectable conference. Folks, we ran out of time on the post-game show. Once again, I will be live Wednesday, 7 o'clock with the Inter Miami Radio Network with the pregame show. You could also listen to myself and Colin Russo and Rizzo, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. right here on ESPN 1063. But more importantly, Ken Levicka will have the call at 7:30 for the New England Revolution and our Inter Miami Herons, and I'll have the pregame, halftime, and postgame on Wednesday. And once again, I am live at 7 with the pregame. Ken Levicka at 7:30 with the call. We'll catch you next time, everyone. I want to thank everyone for listening. Enjoy the rest of the holiday weekend. Sometimes friends have to go away, but a part of them stays with you forever. Remember that in this life. We'll catch up with you on Wednesday. Bye.
We now return to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress on ESPN 1063.